Hello everyone, so welcome to the stream. Today I'm going to be working on some rewards for the Kebos Lowlands. All of these items can be found in the dev blog that was posted a few weeks back. And yeah, let's get into it. So I'm going to be starting, well, the three items I'm going to be making today will be, first of all, the Brimstone Ring. So this will be created using various items from the Hydra mixed together to create this lovely thing. And if you can see can you see my screen right now? Yeah, so it's going to be based around this sort of Ouroboros design. Next, breathe in, breathe out. So yeah, getting tripped over my breaths. So first, before I get into it, I'm going to just say that I am slightly ill, so my voice is going to sound a bit strange today. And yeah, so just bear with me on that one. The second item we're going to be creating today is the Ferocious Gloves. So this is going to be quite an interesting one to create, especially with your interaction here, because I'm sure many of you have noticed that the gloves models in game are fairly low poly. So if I just go grab some of everyone's favourite gloves, the Barrow's gloves. So these have a total of 92 polys in the entire model. So there's not really much to work with, but I feel like we can come to something that will look good with all the current best in slot items, like something that will look good with Bando's chestplate, ideally. And fortunately, Bando's chestplate has given us a great problem, because I'm sure you're all aware of the giant wrist guards on them. If I grab those here, move those up a little bit, move the correct thing up a little bit, there we go. As you can see, they do take up quite a lot of room around the gloves, so we are somewhat limited with what we can do with them, but I'm sure we can all come make something together. And then the third item I'm going to be making today would be the Bone Crusher necklace. So this will be fusing quite a few items together. First of all, the tail of the Hydra, which will be a new item, but it will be fairly simple in design, with the Dragon Bone necklace and the Bone Crusher. So what that looks like is, we'll come to that together, because it's going to be a somewhat strange item. At the moment, all I can think of is taking the Bone Crusher and hanging it from the Dragon Bone necklace, but that might not look too good. So maybe we can come up with something that's a bit more unique. So let's get straight into it. So let's leave the Ferocious Gloves out for a second and focus on the Brimstone Ring. So today I'm going to be basing the design around this sort of Ouroboros design, so it's sort of a snake eating its own tail. While I'm happy to have feedback for this design, being as it's not part of the actual play kit and it's more just an item that you'll be having in your inventory, it's not going to be too contentious. So first of all, let's get open some rings that we already have. So I've got a big list of assets over here that I'm just browsing through. I'm just going to search for, where's my search? There we go, ring. So here we go, we've got Ring of the Gods here. As you can see, they are quite large. You just saw the Barrow's gloves. You could probably fit the entire Barrow's gloves within that ring. But the rings are generally just this size, so you can click on them easily, and when they're on the floor. And being as they're only ever already in your inventory, the size isn't too important. But that's sort of the size we've got to go for. So currently this design is slightly too large, so we're going to shrink that down a little bit. So let's move that to the side and duplicate it, just in case I make a mistake and want to go back. Get it centralized like that and scale it down. As you can see, we have a lovely vert grid here. This is why a lot of our models are fairly low resolution, is because we don't have the granularity that most model editors have. So if I just move this vert along, as you can see, it snaps between areas quite obviously. So we've got to shrink this down without losing too much of the detail, but that is going to be somewhat difficult. But we can keep the shape simple and bold, and it should all be good in the end. And while I get onto this, I'm just going to mention that I will be joined by a few guests throughout the stream. At 3 o'clock, or was it 4 o'clock? Yeah, 3 o'clock we'll be joined by Mod Wolf, and at 4 o'clock we'll be joined by Mod Monroe, and they'll be able to look at the chat and answer some questions. And speaking of questions, I'm just going to browse at the chat at the moment and see if there's any questions going on. What is this? This is a design stream. I'm going to be making a couple of the item rewards from the Kebos Lowlands, and potentially, if I get through the ring, the Ferocious Gloves, and the amulet, I'll be doing some live changes to the Dragon Hunter Lance as well, because there's still a few feedback changes that I need to implement. What the effects of the Brimstone Ring? The Brimstone Ring is essentially sort of a hybrid ring, so it won't be quite as strong as the Imbue Fremenic rings altogether, but by itself it will be quite good for all classes. Again, the details will be on the blogs on the main page. I know most of it, but I can't promise that I know it all quite off by heart, so I might get things wrong. So let's just start editing this. So as you can see, the eye's got a little bit deformed as I've shrunk it down a little bit. So what I'm going to do here is take the main part and make it a little bit larger, a bit like the Ring of the Gods here. So I'm just going to move that one out of the way, rotate that around. Not entirely sure what that is, because it sort of looks like a spectral shield, well, a spirit shield. Interesting. So let's make this slightly larger. Oh god, this is the sort of vert problem. It's something that we artists have to deal with on a regular basis, and it's quite an interesting thing. Come on, let's go up. There we go. As you can see, we don't have much room here, so we've got to be very, very particular with where we place our verts. And this is already looking a little bit strange, but bear with me, it'll look great in the end. I feel like we can make this inner circle slightly thicker, and I've now said the thick word, so now the chat will probably enjoy the... Oh, that's... Yeah, whenever I say thick on stream, people start spamming thick. It happens. It's a strange meme. Yeah, so now I've sort of lost the flow of my circular ring here, so let's fix this up a little bit. In fact, I might have too many. I'm playing with too many vertices. So let's start welding things together. So I do have a few colours going on, so I don't want to lose that. So let's just take these ones and these ones. I think 8 sides should be sufficient. In fact, how many does this have? Oh, it's got quite a few actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. Actually, let's keep it. We don't need to worry about poly count for a ring. So let's keep it quite smooth. And also, once I've got the final model done, I'll show you how we plug these into configs, and then I'll pack those and have a look at how we create the actual 2D image that you see in your inventory. It is fairly unintuitive. Most people think that, well, the inventory items are sort of designed by using your, drawing pixel art essentially, but rather it takes like an image of the 3D model and translates that into sort of a small pixelated image. So, all very interesting. So let's move that one down. Gonna glance, see if there's any questions coming in. What's the name of the ring? I think it's the Ring of Brimstone, or the Brimstone Ring, something along those lines. The style, the Ouroboros, will play relation in the lore, but I'm not going to go too much into the lore because I'm not entirely sure how much of that we are allowed to divulge. Generally, we like to keep the lore somewhat under hat because it's one of the things that we can keep as a surprise on release. Being that most things are polled and not many things are secret anymore, it's nice to keep some things a little bit secret. Okay, I need to get a guide for this because this is very quickly becoming quite bulged on one side. So how many sides do I have here? There we go, that looks a bit better. Will you be designing the Hydra? I will not be designing the Hydra. Mod Ghost is currently working on the Hydra, and I probably won't be able to show you that because again that's going to be revealed at a later date. There was the Hydra was sort of shown at RuneFest, so that's sort of like an early version of it. It's changed a fair amount since then, but it's looking really good, so trust me, it's going to be something worth waiting for. And I'd rather he reveal that to you, where he can talk you through his processes and what he's done to sort of make, and all the changes he's done to it. So what program am I using? This is Jagged. This is sort of like our in-house editor. It's somewhat similar to Blender, if you've ever heard of that, but with far less features and, well, a few extra features as well, purely for old school. So for instance, the sort of way you can color polygons, like so. It's sort of a feature that you don't get in many model editors, and being as that's how we color all of our items, just using polycolor rather than textures, it sort of is a fairly old technology, but it gets the job done. Okay, let's get a bit complicated up here. Let's move that over there. reshape his head. Eventually, this won't be 2D forever. Eventually I will start extruding out and shaping the face a little bit more. But again, we don't have too many polys to play around with. We can also select colours using fairly various shortcuts, and then you can change the colour of things like that. Cool. So let's grab another question. Mod Ed will not dab. Nope. That's still a thing. This is good ASMR. Thank you. I was a bit worried that my voice might be a little unbearable today. What with the graveliness of what the cold has made me do. Fortunately, my brain and my body is still functioning fine. It's just throat and nose that's sort of causing problems at the moment. But I'll get there. I've got lots of water, so it's going to get through.
Just been a broadcast, you might want to reiterate what's going on.
Oh, right, yeah, sure. So today it's a design stream with me, Mod West, and I'll be creating a couple of various items that will be rewards from the Kebos Lowlands. These will be dropped by many of the mobs that will be within the new dungeon, the Brimstone dungeon, and they'll all be Slayer creatures. The 3 items I'll be making are what I'm making at the moment, which is the Brimstone Ring. Later, I'll be moving on to the Ferocious Gloves. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Thank you, Aiza. And then finally, I'll be creating the Bone Crusher necklace. So that's sort of a combination of the Dragon Bone necklace and the Bone Crusher. And I'm sure that'll be a fairly interesting thing to create, because I kind of want to avoid just taking the Bone Crusher and attaching it to the necklace. But that might look good. We won't know until I get to it. But I have seen the model for the Bone Crusher, and it is fairly messy, so that probably will need a bit of cleaning up to do. So I've still got quite a nice circle going on at the bottom there, but at the top it's sort of lost a little bit. So I need to bring this down like so, as well as this one. In fact, I've got too much going on up there. I'm just going to fuse those together. Perfect. So let's look for some more questions. Can you show us the Bone Crusher model? Yeah, sure. If I can find it. I don't actually know where my... Oh, where's that gone? Is it just control it? I was typing in the wrong shortcut. Bone Crusher. That is not what it's called. Bear with me a second while I locate the model. So they've not put it in the main inventory folder. We have like a big backlog, like a massive folder hierarchy of all of the models. I'm sure you can imagine, and it's fairly awkward to search through without a script editor open. In fact, I'm just going to open up the script editor so I can search through it. Bear with me 1 second while I locate that. Okay. I should have opened this up earlier. I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. Let's look at some questions while that's loading. Go Mod West. I will be going. Pretty sure they said it's all in one patch. What? Struggling to understand most of these questions. How long will we be streaming for today? Today the stream will be going from 2 PM GMT to 5:45. So we're just going to finish slightly before 6 so I can make sure I can get home and grab my bus in time. Hello from the colonies. Hello. Oh, wait, what? Hello from the criminal. Okay. Hi. Is the Dragonhunt Lance finished? The Dragonhunt Lance is not finished yet. I will be, once over... That's opened up now. Let's do some searching. Bone Crusher. Once I finish these 3 items today, I will go grab the lance and I'll make some changes on the go, live with your feedback. I think one of the main criticisms it was getting recently was that it didn't really resemble the Zamorak and Hasta too much. So I have some ideas to incorporate some of the shapes of the Zamorak and Hasta into the final lance. So that should hopefully look a lot nicer. Most favourite pizza? That's not overly relevant question, but sure, I will. I've always been a fan of the Meat Feast pizza. I'm about to be fair, I'd eat any pizza because all pizza's great. Okay, I'm struggling to find the Bone Crusher. Let's try that again. Here we go. One word. I should have thought that through. And the model is just Bone Crusher. Interesting. Where's my scripts? So I'm just looking for the Bone Crusher model. It's unfortunate. Bear with me 1 second. while the searches through my folder. I'm pretty sure it's the same model that was used in the original Bone Crusher back in RuneScape 3. So there we go. Oh, I don't even know what that is. Apparently that's the Bone Crusher. It looks a bit like a very flat dagger. So I probably will be doing something. I think that is a flat dagger. I think what they've probably done is applied some recols in the config file itself. Potentially. No? Is it actually what it looks like in game? I swear it doesn't look exactly. Interesting. Well, I mean, I could put that onto an amulet, but that wouldn't look too great, would it? I don't even know what it is. It does just look like a really flat dagger. Okay, well, why Bone Crusher's? I don't know why the Bone Crusher is a dagger. I'm fairly certain that the Bone Crusher was added before we had any full-time artists on the old school team. So that is something. Let me just go to the wiki, because I swear that the config looks, well, the inventory item looks different to that, but I must be wrong. No, that is it. Well then, interesting. Yeah, I can even maybe update the model while I'm here, if that would be a thing that the players are in support of. I mean, looking at the item in the actual 2D item here. So if I just throw this over here, can you see that? Yeah. To be fair, that doesn't look too bad. But looking at the actual model itself, it's a little questionable. So anyway, let's put that to the side for now and carry on with the Brimstone Ring. So first of all, I want to maybe change the colour scheme of this a little better so it sort of stands out a bit more. And also reposition this eye because it's not quite how I wanted it to be. To be fair, that will probably change anyway when I start making it more three-dimensional. And let's flip some of these polys around so they look a little better. So the thing we've got to think about when making this ring, it's got to be readable in a very small pixelated image. So the colours are going to have to be slightly more contrast, as well as variation would be a lot nicer. So let's first of all let's just tidy up a little bit more because I feel like this could probably still be a little larger. But let's get myself some Ouroboros over here. If any of you know what an Ouroboros is, it's sort of like it's a fairly widely known bit of symbology from mythology. It's essentially a snake endlessly eating its own tail, sort of a sign for infinity, sort of thing. It's kind of cool. I figured it works quite well because it's sort of a hybrid ring, and that's I don't know. I like the design. That's pretty much it, and it fits with the lore. So looking at that, the head can be probably a bit wider. So I need to make the mouth slightly better. And looking over, oh, there's lots of comments. The world snake, yeah, the world snake. That's the one. It's a very cool design. I'm surprised I've not thought about adding it sooner. Explain lore, please. I don't want to go too much into the lore because that is always nice to have it as sort of a surprise on release. It's for you to go and explore yourself. We don't really get many surprises with Old School. What with the holding system, you generally know everything that's going to come into the game. So it's nice to leave something for a surprise. Leave some surprises, you know. Give you a reason to explore. I think exploring is what makes RPGs so incredible. I'm sure you will all agree. Cool. So we got slightly more shapier mouth there. So what colours we got? 5-3. Yeah, let's bring the contrast up a little bit more. So if I can select all the bright colours and bring those up by 2. We have the strange colour system as well. I'll try and explain it. So we've got just a couple of numbers down here. It goes from 0 to 31, and it just goes through this rather limited colour palette, but it gets there and it keeps everything consistent, so it's all good. And let's bring this up a bit brighter as well. Like so. I think I've sort of gone a bit too contrasty there. Yeah, and that works. Did it stay? Sometimes the colours don't even stay. Like you place in 8, 6, 5 and it'll just average out sometimes. Let's look at some questions. As the Slaymaster gives task in the wilderness. I'm not entirely sure exactly which areas the new Slaymaster gives tasks, but Mod Monroe will be down here later, and I'm sure he'll have the answers for that because he has been working on the new Slaymaster and creating all the various areas where it will assign tasks. Essentially, it will send you places where you're unlikely to go. And we've already got Wilderness Slayer. I can't imagine we'd need more reasons to put you into the wilderness, but I could be wrong, so don't take my word for it. So I thought I'd just add a bit more definition to the eye here. It sort of worked, actually. I don't know. I think that's just overcomplicating it. Maybe add a bit more definition there when I make it 3D. And speaking about 3D, let's actually start doing that. So simply, I'm just going to start with extruding all of the edges. So I'm just going to go around and select them all. In most 3D editing programs, you can press a few buttons and it will select all the loops around, but Jagged doesn't have that functionality. And usually I would make the model mostly in 3ds Max, but being as it's a fairly simple model to make, it made sense just doing it in our in-house program instead. So I'm going to press E and just extrude this down, like so, and keep it a similar thickness to the Ring of the Gods over there. And I think that works out quite nicely. And it's got a little bit of a bevel on the top there, but we don't need to copy it exactly. So let's put that back in the middle and let's line up with the floor so it's not floating. Yep, more thickness. Could you give the eye of the snake a pupil? That is a good idea. However, I'm skeptical whether I quite have the definition to do so, but I think if I lengthen the face out, I should have that ability. So let's take that one as well, move those out. You can literally count the verts I'm moving it by. Let's do 1 and 1. So sort of losing my circular shape, but that's not the end of the world. I can... Oh, I've actually got less definition over there. Should I bring that down? Like so. Yeah, we don't need to add more verts at this point. As you might see, sometimes I go into this sort of like this blue mode where it goes sort of see-through, and that's just to make sure I can select everything, because sometimes in this mode you can't always select through it. It has its little foibles, this program, but you eventually learn how to live with them and you get used to them. It's all good in the end. I think this is slightly out of balance. I might bring this down like so. Yeah, I think it looks a bit nicer. And round this edge a bit more. Like so. Let's... thank you for all the not happy comments, they're good. Oh yeah, I was going to do the eye thing, wasn't I? Yeah, I got distracted there. Okay, I'm on it. So, see now, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to look, because as you can already tell, I have very, very little definition for these, where these verts can go. But there might be a chance of this working. Oh, do I want to add it there? Yeah, I sort of need to add one in the middle, don't I? So as you can see, this is going to be quite difficult. I want to do this. I have to weld these. Snake eyes go from top down though, don't they? So I need to bring that into them. In fact, I don't need these ones, do I? Yeah, I just need the one in the middle. See, this is going to... Oh. This is going to look a little odd to begin with, but bear with me. There we go. That might look alright. It might look a bit... yeah, it might look a bit strange. I need to... You got to think of the definition and the sort of distance this is going to be away, but his eyes are quite large, so I need to tone them down quite a bit. Yep, we're getting some lulls, so it's definitely looking a bit too shocked, right? So I need to fix it up. There we go. The slant is sort of losing the slant, which was giving it that sort of mean look. But as you can see, it was very much struggling to get that angle. So gonna have to make a few more adjustments, I think. Let's make this up there, move it across. It's a sneaky snake, indeed. He's a very sneaky snake. Let's move that over, move that down.
Hello, Modwest.
Hello. Oh, you
Alright.
come down early. How's it? You doing a grab a seat?
Yeah, let's shunt on in. I came down a bit early because we finished merging, so I thought I'd say
Fair enough.
hello, pop on down a little bit early.
That's good. We've got quite a lot of comments coming in. That
Danger Noodle.
Danger Noodle.
Danger Noodle. I love Danger Noodle.
I don't know what that is.
Is that like a snake?
Oh right, was that just a name for a snake?
Danger Noodle, yeah.
I guess they're kind of dangerous. I don't know, I think snakes have a bad name.
There's a couple of them as well. Like there's Danger. Oh, I can't think of them. The channel. Oh,
Yeah, you
the
got
chair's broken.
gotta be careful.
I was like, oh.
It's not broken.
Well, why is it got? Why is it like lean
It's a
back?
little thing on the side.
What am I pressing?
There's probably a
This
button
thing.
for
This
it.
thing here, yeah.
All that. No, it's still going.
Sit forward.
You gave that way
about
too
now?
much trust there, just going
I
straight
did.
How
back.
about now?
Yeah, see that? Okay, that's better. There we go. I've got back now.
Chair engineer, second job.
Excellent. Thanks, my John. There you go.
So we're currently working on the Brimstone Ring.
Uh-huh.
It's sort of the idea is taken from the Ouroboros design, so it's sort of a
Ah.
snake eating its own tail.
That's awkward.
Why
It's
is,
the
why is it awkward?
it's what the Ormangand's based off as well.
Oh right.
Uh,
Well, yeah, that works. For
they don't know why that's awkward, but
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
How is that quest? It's been a while now, hasn't it?
we're planning on we've scheduled it in for March
Oh, cool.
next year for that
Yeah,
Premier
I remember
quest.
playing the puzzle. That was quite fun. It's based on something cool. Yeah, I like
yeah.
that.
I was going to say what it was, but I don't
Yeah,
remember
you
that.
don't want to ruin that now.
Yeah. Why not a hexagon eye?
Hexagon eye.
That's a lot of extra polys.
Well, the problem is I'm sort of already struggling with the vert grid here. As you can see,
Oh,
I
God.
don't really have much. I mean,
He looks really. He's like he's so done with you. Like, he's so done with your BS right now, and he's like
I
half
can
closed.
make him blink.
I like it with it half done. I quite like it. It's like I'm so done with this right now. It's like I keep eating this tail, and it's never ending. Oh,
The problem is I can't. I want to slant the eye, but when I slant it, it's just sort of deforms. And actually, does that work?
that's not really good, is it?
Maybe if I connect it here again.
He looks really mad.
Yeah, there's just not much I can do with this eye. Let's just leave it like that for now.
What's the ring for anyway?
So this is the sort of hybrid ring. So it's
Okay, yeah.
it's not quite as good as the imbued Fremlick rings, but I think it has similar stats to the unimbued version.
Can you imbue it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
that
don't
answer.
know.
Probably not, because that would make quite a powerful item.
Oh, I'm not near the. Is this the one I'm using?
I'm just putting it pretty close to, don't worry.
Oh, okay,
No,
sorry. There we go.
you can't imbue the ring.
You can't imbue it.
If you
There
could,
we go.
that would be quite powerful.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not working on Kebos, for the record. So
What have you been working on recently?
I've been working. Well, what have we done recently? Good question. Halloween,
Ah, yeah. That was good.
and then we have Christmas coming up. We've just finished with the Nexus, the live ops team. Of course, that came out today. What else? What else are we working on? I can't quite remember. We're doing all the bounty hunter stuff that's coming through. All Stars, Deadman, Winter's coming up soon. I'm also off for 3 weeks in December, so actually maybe not Christmas. We'll see.
Oh yeah, I got quite a bit of holiday then as well. It's all backing up.
So I've got quite a bit to do, and then January you get Kebos Lowlands. It's gonna be sick.
Indeed.
And then the development grind starts once more.
I like the beginning of the year. It's usually a little bit quieter. You get to watch everyone enjoy the big new release.
I think his mouth's going back too far now. I know it's his tail, but it looks like it's going too far now.
Yeah, in fact, I can fix that quite easily by just pretending those aren't part of the mouth.
How are you 3Difying it?
Well, what I'll be doing, I don't really have much to play with here, but
Oh, it is 3D.
It's currently got the sort of, it's got depth to it.
Yeah.
I need to just probably fix the colours somewhat. But I want to lighten these colours so I can add a slightly darker colour for the depth, like so.
Magic.
Let's go back to the old colour, and there we go. We've got a ring. Let's turn on Garord so we can get that nice old school effect. So yeah, it's getting there. I just need to polish it up a little bit.
Do mods get do mods get free membership? We do actually get free membership for our accounts. We do. That's all we get paid, actually.
Yeah,
That's all we get paid.
gives us more reason to play.
Yeah. People who work on RuneScape 3 get rune coins and keys as well. We don't. We just get membership. That's a lie. We get paid in money.
Yeah, I don't think they would have taken you too seriously. Hopefully.
You never know. We actually just live in the office.
Yeah, it's got beds, like sleeping bags underneath the desk.
Mod West, Connor. I'm going to leak your name.
Yep. I mean, they know my name anyway.
Sam would like to know the history of you as a graphic artist, your
My-
practicing and
my
education.
history.
Yeah.
So my education is a college. I did a college course for game design, and then I went to university and did a degree in computer games design and programming, which doesn't sound overly artistic. I'll give you that. But I just had a big passion for making game art and just programming games as well. So just made spent a lot of time making lots of low poly artwork. Everyone told me, how's that going to ever be helpful?
And here you are now.
Here I am,
Here
exactly.
you are. Take that, mum.
Well, I don't think my mum was the one doubting me. I think it was it was more like my peers saying you need to be making
Really
AAA high definition art, and I was like, nah, I got this sorted.
My mum was the stereotypical. You're playing too much time on RuneScape. Go. Like she was really pushing for me to take my law offer at uni. And so was my dad as well, but the difference was when I said to my dad, no, I want to work in games, he went, oh, okay. And my mother was like, what a waste of all your years of education. This is how my mother sounds. Of education.
I hope she's watching.
No, she won't be watching, it's fine. She doesn't know how to use a computer.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, take that, mum. Is that a camera? Take that, mum. There you go. Look at me now.
Sat here talking about games.
Oh,
Okay.
take that, mum. There you go.
I
Is it
think-
this
I think-
one?
I think
Oh,
that's the
take
wrong
that,
one.
mum.
There you
That
go.
one. It's GoPro 1, not GoPro 2.
Cool. So have we got any? We just got lots of pogs and savages in the chat.
Hogs and
Nice.
lols. Other camera, yeah, there's the other
Li-
camera. It
living
looks like a
the
chocolate ring.
A chocolate ring. Okay. Well, it's okay. I'm not gonna say what color it is because I would say it's more red, but
It's like a.
I probably could
It's
change
like
the color
a.
scheme.
It's like a burnt sienna.
I don't know what that is.
Burnt sienna? You never have crayons and you go on Google.
Yep.
God, come on! I don't believe I'm
Oh, wait, how do I-
sienna.
is that an S or a C?
S. S. Yeah. There you go. There you go. And just drag it on the screen so our players can see. So it's a little more orange. I guess burnt sienna's a little. Like the
it's
top
close,
left,
it's
it's pretty
close.
close. Is that how to call it?
It's such an oddly specific color name there.
Well, did you ever have Crayola when you were little?
Yeah, but I don't remember the colours. I was just like red, blue, black, green.
I mean, have you lived life if you're not doing colours like Bob Ross with your titanium white and?
I guess it does add a little bit more interesting. I did have like when I was quite young. I had not too young, but when I was like early teenager, I had like Warhammer, and they have sort of funny named colours.
Paints.
Yeah, like it was like bolt gun metal and things like that.
To help you know what you're meant to be. It's like if you're not colouring the bolt part of the gun with that paint, you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong. Okay, I need to start adding more 3D to this. As you can see, I've started to poke him out a little bit there with the face.
Yeah.
But I've gotten that there. So
Is it just going to look like this, or are you probably going to having like any form of like peripheral graphics around the ring? Because
to?
I'm just wondering.
Well, no intentions to add any peripherals, but I can always add like a gem on top of his head or something.
Ooh.
If there's the need for one. Rings are generally quite basic in terms of models.
Mhm.
I think like the gold ring is literally just a golden ring, and then even like the jeweled rings are fairly basic.
I mean, the Ring of the Gods is literally just the. Isn't that Elysian? Or?
Yeah, it looks a bit like a spiritual.
It's an Elysian. Well, it is an Elysian or a Divine rotated. That is fact. That is truth. If you pull out the shields, it is the same. Our modelling at the time was not modelling. It was recolouring and rotating a lot.
It works. Keeps a
It
consistent.
looks fresh. It looks cool. I like that. I mean, it's not a ring. It's more like it's a big band. It's like a swimming band.
Yeah, well,
Like-
we got to make them a little bit bigger because if they were ring sized, I don't think you'd ever be able to click on them if they're on the floor because they would literally be. I mean, we've seen the hand models go. It's like
Yeah.
if there's 96 polys in a hand model, well, 92, 46 per hand. So you're looking at very few to be able to actually have a ring visible on.
I
screen.
really hate that Bone Crusher.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
You know, I had this conversation the
don't
other
even
day.
know what it is.
I had this conversation the other day where they like the whole point of creating a 3D. The whole point of what Andrew made was that once you've got a model, you can make an inventory model via it.
Yeah.
And it really confused me that there's very limited numbers of these things, but some things will have a drop model made, i.e. a 3D model that is on the ground, but then they'll have a completely separate flat version model
Oh, right,
just for the inventory icon.
I suppose it was saving polys at the time, so they could flatten it and remove the underside, so it would be.
But you could still rotate it so that
slightly
bit
less
wasn't there anyway.
kilobytes. And I think it's just like saving kilobytes when you're downloading the model assets. But
Fair.
nowadays, certainly not a problem. But
Oh,
yeah,
flute
that annoys me
salads
as
on.
well. Fleet salad.
I'm probably off.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, well, you can't hear it, so you have to
can't hear
time
it.
up
Can
with
we have the music on, John?
Try.
Let's see if we can hear the music.
So I'm going to add a slightly more definition to this face bit. There we go.
Tune.
I do like myself some fleet salad. Why are these not going? What have I done? Is that why? Oh, that's why.
You know, Sea Shanty 2 is like the obvious go-to, the banter #1 straight fire song, but I think Flute Salad's up there, and so's Norse Code. Norse Code's pretty good.
I don't think I've got that.
You've got Norse Code? It was referenced in like some sitcom at one point because it's a song that has like RuneScape spelled out in it, and it's like.
Oh right, there's actually Norse code in it. That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's dun 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 dun. Yeah. The only letters I know in Morse code are RUNESCAP.
I did try and learn it once, but I got bored. I'm trying to add a bit more definition to the mouth here. I don't think it's really coming through.
I think the tail looks a lot better from above.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It's not got much of a chin at the moment. Although, do snakes have chins?
Do they have chins?
Probably not.
I learned the other day that snakes have like 2 sets of bones, like 1 set of cartilage and 1 set of bone.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, because they eat things that are so large, they
Oh, right.
can't just have. It's not necessarily like a bone structure.
I
It's
see,
more
yeah.
of a.
Yeah, I've seen some images of snakes eating crazy things. I don't quite understand why they'd want to incapacitate themselves so much, but I guess if that's what they want to do, let them do it.
Because then they don't have to eat for another like 6 months.
Yeah, but surely it makes them like unable to move away, so they'd be like quite susceptible to predators. They're like got like an entire.
But it's a snake. When you're when you're like near the top of a food chain, does it really matter if you can't move?
I guess.
Nobody's gonna. What's gonna happen? A chinchilla's gonna run up here and be like, "Oh, I can finally fight this snake." Yeah, it's fine.
I don't think a chinchilla would risk that. But, you know, maybe like something like slightly bigger, like a. I'm not going to try and name something that lives in snakes because I'm going to get my
Geography.
geography incredibly wrong. Go with bear.
Question about what are you editing in?
This is Jagged. This is our in-house editor. It's a bit similar to Blender in like controls, but it's a little bit, well, considerably less features and a lot of other features that are specifically just for RuneScape. So like the way we color our polys instead of using textures.
Honey Badger.
Unwrapping. Honey Badger.
Honey Badger
yeah.
don't give a.
They're pretty metal.
They're pretty hardcore.
I'm sure they'd go for a snake. And colour that. It's very strange. All my pop-ups are appearing on the other screen, so I'm just getting a little confused.
Hedgehogs eat snakes? I don't think.
Hedgehogs.
Hedgehogs are cute animals.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever you see a hedgehog, it's usually sad because it's either gone crazy or it's been run over.
No, I don't think so. Like, I know it sounds really stupid, but like, this is actually a British thing. But at least in my back garden, we always just get hedgehogs and foxes, and we just leave out food for them.
Oh.
Like all the time. It's not an uncommon thing to do that. I've heard it quite before. I hope maybe my dad's just weird and was feeding the fox.
It's not uncommon.
Okay, good. I didn't think so. They're really cute. I love hedgehogs.
Yeah, I mean, I like them, but the only time I've ever seen them is when you see them in the day, and that's usually a bad sign because obviously they're nocturnal.
I saw a fox when I was pedaling home the other day. Like, in the middle of the road as I was pedaling, and I had to, like, swerve out the way. It was so big as well. It was, like, this big when its tail was extended, and it had, like, a rabbit in its mouth. And I was like, oh, my God. And so I was on the phone with my mum, ironically, and I was like...
In a city or, like, on the outside?
No, like, right near the office.
Oh.
Yeah.
Around
I, like, started pedaling away, and I was like, oh, hi, Mum, how are you? And I go, holy, there's a fox! I'm, like, pedaling out the way. And she's like, are you all right? It was... Yeah. But it was cool. I've never seen a fox before. Like an actual fox.
Oh, right.
Like no, I've never seen fox.
I've seen them a few times.
They're not really in zoos
I
in the
guess,
UK.
yeah. I guess you wouldn't really want to. Yeah, I guess they're a bit dull compared to most other
The
animals.
cycle of life can be cruel. Yeah.
I was trying to think if a gem would look good on top of the snake's head, or if that might just look a bit off. Let's look at some more Ouroboruses. I guess I could widen the mouth a little bit. So I'm just looking at other designs here while I'm getting close to finishing.
What else are you making today, by the way?
So once I finish this, I'll probably be working on the Ferocious Gloves.
Okay.
So they will be slightly more interesting because, again, it's a very small item with very little vert grid that we can work with. But being as they'll be best on slot items, they certainly need to be
Relatively cool to look at.
yeah, they need to be cool to look at, and they need to make sure they match other items that they'll be put with. So things like Bandos and I guess maybe the fighter.
Have they seen
they're sort
the
of
boots yet?
basic greys, or the boots of Brimstone.
Not those ones, the other ones.
Oh, the devout boots.
Those are sick.
Yeah, I can show those off.
Can you show them off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're going to see the Valkyrie boots. So these are the Holy Sandals combined with a tooth dropped from
The Drake, I believe.
the Drake?
Yeah, it'd be the Drake's
Potentially?
tooth.
This looks sick. Wait till you see these, because these actually look really good. Because obviously the sandals are a meme, and they're kind of funny.
They're a meme?
Well, it's like, because, like socks and sandals.
Oh, right.
Like,
yeah, I noticed
but then they upgrade into the, like, sick Jordans, like look at my sketches kind of thing.
It's taken the sort of style of
The primordial
yeah,
stuff.
the primordial
Yeah.
styles. So the sort of surf boots, sort of the easy route to go down.
I finished my tea, that was disappointing. I thought that would have lasted longer than 15 minutes.
So these are the devout boots.
Look at this. Ooh!
Bring these up.
Bring them up, bring them up, bring them up. Look at that! There you go, guys. And they look fresh.
So yeah, for these I took the staff from the sandals, and then just tidied up the boots a little bit as well because they were a bit messy behind the back there, and added changed the colour of the wings, and yeah, just made the colour scheme match the sandals. That's it. Everyone's
Yeah, I like
enjoying
them.
it. Yeah, they are.
You have a really big pet peeve of these boots, though, I think.
Well, yeah, I've edited these boots, the starter boots quite a few times now, but I think I quite like them now. They're about 458 tries, so I mean it's still quite a lot.
Still a lot for
shoes,
boots.
but it's a lot better than I think they're like 550 before. They were quite a bit.
Cool. There you go.
Yeah.
Those are probably some of the coolest boots in game.
Yeah.
They should give you a good attack bonus, because imagine getting kicked by that.
Yeah, to be fair, only if you're kicking, of course.
Yeah, only if you're kicking, yeah.
Don't know if that would really be worth it, but
A 1 in 100 chance of whenever you hit somebody, they just go, ow! With the boots. You should do that with dragon boots, really, though.
yeah.
I forgot the dragon boots have
they got
spikes as well.
don't they? Yeah. Anyway, let's. How much tries do you work for in the game? Depends on the models. These for a boots model, 450. Well, 500 is probably the mark we keep to, because we can't go. If we go too high, things will stop rendering, and that's not what you want.
Who has the worst commute to work in the office? It's probably actually Aiza. I think he has like a 3-hour drive.
I think one's 1 hour to 1.5 hours on a bus, depending on traffic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's nothing compared to.
Yeah, Mod Aiza has a long travel. But there's a reason why he's only in work like 2 days a week. Like he can work from home on laptop. He's working from home right now on laptop. That's not too bad. But
I'm trying to keep the
it's a
devout
long
boots.
drive.
I'm going to keep the devout boots in the background in case someone misses them, and then they can just see them while I'm working on the ring.
Just in the back.
And I'm going to grab some water because my voice is starting to go.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in the lack of time that my tea lasted for. I'm quite upset.
And some more in the fridge if you want some.
Steve, drink water.
Oh yeah, toss it.
Toss it.
Oh, it's iced over. It's got ice in it. What?
I thought I saw my name then, but they were talking about the West Midlands. it's awkward having a name that's also a
location.
direction.
We were talking the other day about like some of the best memes that's ever come from the Reddit, from the streams, and you were in 2 of them.
2 of them?
Yeah, you were in the one where you went on the couch and they edited the background of said couch, which was quite funny.
Yeah, that was.
And then the other time, is that camera?
I think the camera's just gone.
Oh no! We're turning it back on. We're sorting it. And then the other one.
I'm still here, as the models are still moving.
Yeah.
No idea what's going on there.
Can you use GoPro 2?
No, it's not on.
Cool. We can carry on talking. I'm sure they can still hear us.
Yeah, I can still hear the mic's not broken. And the second meme that you're in was so simple. It was one of them you were looking like to the left and it was saying Mod West, and then it
Flip
said.
it, or was I just literally just looking?
No,
I think I might have been
I-
sat in the middle of the sofa. So
Really?
So I was looking both
I
ways.
thought they just flipped the picture, which made it even funnier. I was like, look, oh, Mod West, Mod East.
Yeah,
There we go.
it's the simple memes that work the best.
Yeah. God John.
I think I'm going to have to fix it a bit more. So.
So what I'm doing at the moment is just giving the head a bit more roundiness, so it looks like it's part of the model a bit more. So I'm going to take this colour as well. I mean, you probably won't be able to see this from the inventory model anyway, but
It's the care that you put into your work that
exactly,
matters.
it's the thought that
mate.
counts. And even then, this isn't even going to.
There's going to be a drop model.
It's not going to appear on the floor much though, because it's combining items together to create it.
But if one person drops it, you know
Yeah.
what? That's all that matters. That one person will get to see your additional work making their head a different colour.
I remember one time where I made a really different drop model for some boots. I think it was the Clue Hunter boots,
Uh-huh.
and it was like, you know, they were like, one was slanted on the floor, and then they had like a destroy option on them, so you could actually never drop them. So I was like, oh, it's a shame.
There's yeah. If you ever find a way to drop destroy items, which is a bug that could actually occur, it wouldn't really have any bad side effects, but you'll be able to see drop models of items that have destroys.
All right.
There's a lot of destroy items still have drop models.
Yeah, well, because they still needed for the inventory for most of the time, but you can't usually get quite the same effect from looking at a 2D image, especially because you can't, you know, rotate around and look at all the other parts.
I've got a heartbeat monitor on you now. What are you looking at?
Cool. What's everyone saying? Pineapple ring. I assume that's the ring of the gods they're talking about. Is that the
I
pineapple ring?
think that's a pineapple ring.
What program do we use? We use Jagged. It's sort of our in-house editor.
What did the eye look like without the pupil? We said it looked cool.
So I added the pupil from a suggestion. I can duplicate it and compare it. Come on. There we go.
Oh, I actually kind of like that. Okay, I do kind of like it about the pupil. Let's straw poll it. Can we straw poll?
No, I'm fixing this. So
Okay, we can't straw poll it because we're fixing the GoPro.
Well, I can always keep both options. Let's just look at the chat and see which one's more louder.
Do a thinner pupil. I also liked it when you were minimizing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't make it smaller. It looks like I could when I get it to here, but then I let go.
What?
That's our lovely vert grid, as you can see. It's not very high definition, so we can't do much with it.
Okay.
This is why if you ever like zoom in into your character, it sometimes looks like they're blinking, but that's not them blinking. That's just the head rotating.
No, we totally put the animation in that and all that extra time and work. It's not. It's just messy.
It's literally just the verts welded together as the head turns, as the vert grid is quite low res. But that's what makes it old school. What's that?
So sorry for the beeps.
The beeps are fine. It's a added
Pressure.
yeah, added pressure. It's I'm sure they can't hear anyway over the banging tunes.
No, they can hear it.
Can they? They say anything? Gem pupil.
Gem pupil. What do you mean gem pupil?
I mean, I could make it slightly bigger, but I don't know. If I could pull this out like so. Oh, that actually looks quite nice.
Oh, that looks good. Oh, I like that.
So let's also darken this one. Sorry, bring my colour thing over. Every pop-up appears on my other screen because my other screen's my main monitor. It's very strange.
I definitely think it looks better without the pupil.
Yeah, I think if the pupil could be thinner, it would look better. But due to our
chunkiness,
the limited grid, it just looks surprised, really, doesn't it?
I don't even think you'll see it as well. Like you're gonna look at it like that size in your inventory.
Yeah,
you're not
that's a
gonna
good
really
point,
see
yeah.
the pupil.
Yeah, I think that sort of solid gemstone eye.
Yeah.
But we can maybe even make it a little bit bigger. I don't know if that'll.
Ooh. Whoa.
Oh, that's going to connect with its.
That's a bit too big.
Yeah, a bit too big.
Size sometimes matters.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we are somewhat limited. In fact, now it's smaller. I might be able to slant it to make it look a bit more evil again.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Good job, chat. Good job.
This is why I like designing items on live stream, because you can get that sort of instantaneous feedback. Because usually when I'm creating artwork, there's not someone over my shoulder. It's like, no, change that. And it's kind of, for most things, it'd be like, that's kind of getting annoying, but for items, it's very helpful.
Look, when you look side by side, now that one just looks derpy. That one looks so stupid.
It looks like, why is my tail,
it's like, what's happening? Whereas on the right is like, I'm going to mess this tail up. He looks angry. I like it. It looks really good.
It's shaped.
They say that his nose is too big.
His nose is too big. I can bring that back a little bit. Like so. Can even I don't know if I can angle this down too much, but it might.
It's like a weird Pac-Man.
It's like
waka waka waka.
Snake Man. There we go. Yeah, I think it's a big improvement on what it
That
was
looks so
before.
good. Good job, chat. Give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a clapper. Good job.
I might bring this colour around the entire thing as well to give that sort of. I don't know. Should I? You're not even going to be able to see it, so I don't know if I should.
I think that's perfect. What else can you add to that?
I'm still unsure about the colour of the end of the tail. I might make it the same, and it's got a. It can't blend in with the rest of it, can it?
I think it needs to be darker so that you can see that it's not just.
Well, the tail needs to be darker.
No, I mean how it looks now. I think it needs to stay darker so you can see a very obvious what's going in and
it
out.
might start blending in with the mouth colours, unless it changes colour as it goes down.
Can we see what it looked like in an inventory icon? We can't really, can we?
I will show it to you once I've got it packed and
Yeah.
But it takes to actually see the inventory icon. We need to save the model out, pack it, and then
Put it on a config.
put it on a config, and then I can open up the icon editor and then have a look.
Fangs.
Then.
What do you think
Fangs.
one fang would look like?
Probably similar to the eye. Would we see fangs? I guess we could put some fangs over the tail.
Would it just be one though? Would it just like a snaggle tooth?
Oh, to be fair,
Like that is a perfect size poly if it was just pointing like here-ish.
I reckon we can move some things around. So if we pull these down,
Oh, that is a big tooth. There's one big tooth. I feel like your job is just fighting with the editor. Like constantly fighting with the
yeah, it's a bit big, isn't it?
yeah, it's a little big.
Oh no. I'm getting my buttons wrong. So, I mean, you say fighting with the editor, but it's sort of like it's a learning process. You get to it's enjoyable.
Sorry, it's kind of funny while it's not done yet. Okay.
Again, I just need to clean up these polys around here.
I can dig it.
If you give it that colour, it can be Bluetooth as well.
Oh, it's Bluetooth. Oh, that's awful.
Oh,
Oh,
need to fix those.
I think that kind of looks good. Like when you look at it outwards and flat. Does it need to be further forward? Does it need to be like on the tip of the mouth, or does it need to chill there?
Oh, I didn't need to recolor that one. I feel like this is getting a bit messy, so I need to something like this. There we go. I can move it maybe one over.
I'm gonna describe this as best as I can. It's been a little while. Half the tooth, but keep the left side because a fang kind of curves in, doesn't it? It's not like a tooth like that. It's like a.
So maybe.
Oh, that looks derpy again, doesn't it?
It's a fine line, isn't it?
It very quickly goes from.
I mean, we sort.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, let's just go back to. Let's try moving it over. I think that didn't look too bad. Like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be the same colour blue. It could be a slightly duller colour. So let's go with. Although it gets rid of the Bluetooth pun, unfortunately.
Can you delete the right poly? You just have the left one.
So like that.
Because that looks more like a fang, but it still looks a bit dirty, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean. I think that does look better, but it makes it look a lot smaller.
Yeah.
What if we do something like?
Other way. That's not how fangs work. Oh, it's still a bit.
It's too angular.
It's so big.
Yeah, I guess maybe if we just darken it so it looks less obvious. Oh, what has happened? Oh God, it's the render.
Oh no.
Is this? Yeah,
They
that's
can
what they're
see
saying
it.
as well.
Yay, toolkit.
It's just there we go.
There we go, magic.
So yeah, as I was, let's darken this, and that might push it towards the red as well.
I think it's a no fang situation.
I don't know. I did like the idea of a fang, but it is proving difficult. I don't need this many verts.
Remember to save your work.
Remember that? Oh, that's good. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea.
My favourite thing in the world. It's not actually, it's a little shroud embroidery. But I love going over to an artist's desk and just seeing where they have like a specific face. Like each of them pull a specific face that you can tell if they've recently like had a crash. And I remember going over to Ryan the other day, like Mod Rye. It was a little while ago actually, and he was like, just like really stressed out face, and it's like, oh, what's wrong? He's just like, I just spent like 2 hours on work and I didn't save, so let's hope it backed it up. And it's like a 50-50 roll on how much it saves, and he lost about 30 minutes of work.
You get used to it. And it's not just. I mean, it's a problem with most lines of work if you don't keep your work backed up. And you learn from a very early age that it's good to just keep hitting Control S.
Control S.
Although this program doesn't actually have that functionality.
What?
So you got to make sure to keep hitting your saves. Although saying that with this program, I mean, to be fair, Jagged, I don't think Jagged's only ever crashed me once in 2.5 years, so it's a fairly good one. It's Max that crashes the most, but Max always backs up as it crashes, so it's always to be like, it's annoying because I need to now wait a few seconds to get it back open, but at the same time I've not lost anything.
I like that idea from Heim. What do you think about putting some poly scales on it?
Poly scales. All right, so
like put on the snake's body some scales, but I'm not sure that's going to be.
Could that work?
It
might just look a bit too poly, but is poly? Is that a word? There's not
a bit poly.
So what I'm doing now is just orientating the tries that will be facing the same direction, and now what I can do is slightly adjust the color as it goes down.
Legit looks like a snake eating itself, lol. Well, that was the desire.
That's the point. Does that work?
Does that work? The chat will tell me. I definitely don't think the fang is working, but that's just me. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good, yeah. There you go.
I mean, as I get further
Well,
down.
everybody but Mod Aiza in the chat thinks it looks good. So either Mod Aiza is wrong, or the rest of the chat is.
No fang, yes scales.
Cool.
We did try this, didn't we? Moving that over. And that didn't work.
This looks so dirty. Oh, that look. Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Not the 3D part, but
let's just fix that up. Oh, where's this going?
hey, that looks okay. There we go. That looks much
I
better.
don't know how much of the fang you're going to be seeing in the inventory. In fact, probably none of it. But we can't make it any bigger, can we? Because then it looks derp.
Will it even be okay? The question you ask is, will it be picked up in the inventory model?
Probably not, no.
And then if not, probably remove it.
Yeah, I mean, it does add something, but we're not be able to see it, are we? We'll come back to it later. But until then, we're going to remove it.
We'll come back to the fang. There we go. We'll get rid of it for now.
It does add something to the... Maybe if we just angle the head down a little bit, like that. Oh. Come on, there we go. Something like that.
I can dig it. I actually quite like the head having a bit more shape on the top because it then doesn't look like perfectly round. I like the fang. I believe you can make it work, Mod West. If anyone can do it, Mod West can.
I mean, I liked it as well. It's just the definition and the fact that it's unlikely to be seen.
Thoughts on making the jaw more flat? It's quite rounded for a snake. It's not wrong.
I can
see what it looks like.
Bring
Yes.
it up. Don't laugh.
I love the little middle part where you're like tweaking to get it to the point you want to get it to, and the bit in the middle is always the funniest part.
It's sort of gone a bit odd.
Yeah.
If I bring it up like that. The tail's starting to get a little bit pinched now at the bottom. But that works, because technically they do get a little bit slender towards the base.
I believe in you.
I haven't really done the scale thing here. The word on the scale was that it worked, right?
Yeah. I think it looked really good, and the chat seemed to like it.
Awesome. I'll finish that round like that. So what time is it? Oh, we're at the hour now, so I probably should be moving on to the next item. I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to be
Excuse
looking
me.
at the chat for a second.
Give it a top hat. We're not giving it a top hat, but that's
Please
funny.
do.
Well, that would be funny. I kind of want a top. No. We're not. That looks really good.
I mean, I can give it like a fake top hat very quickly. Because it is nice to
just a fake one, just for the funds.
It won't take long.
Oh my god.
In fact, this is already
Could
looking...
it be a smaller hat? Could it at least be like a snake-sized top hat?
Alright. I mean...
Like,
Does it come in a
let's not be
snake size?
crazy here. Like, come on. Let's have some realism to this.
What's your preferred, like, colour of a top hat?
I believe that a black top hat with a white rim is my
White.
referral.
I would
Oh,
always-
red, sorry, red.
Red. Yeah, that's what I would have thought. I think
That's what I do. I just spread it.
it's just, you know...
There you go.
It's a bit large, isn't it? I would probably go with a bit smaller.
Keep it snake size. Snake size. Snake Lincoln. Somebody said in the chat, which I thought was very funny.
It's,
This is my president.
maybe, is that snake-sized?
That is perfect. Perfect.
Here we go. This is what happens when you got...
The players want it. Sure. A monocle? Do you want that? Can you poly model a monocle real quick?
I mean, no.
Should we move on?
We probably
to
should.
the next item?
Let's... We've got the top hat, though, in case we need it for the future. Just move it over there.
We're not balling it. It's meant to be a serious Brimstone Ring.
This is looking nice. In fact, let me just, this sort of head area is still annoying me, so I'm just going to tidy that up before we move on. So... Oh god, I've lost it. Let's turn that off. Yeah, I think that's
Good stuff, man.
looking good. We've got our first item.
Oh, well done, Old West. Well done.
And now what we need to do is add it to the config. So what I'm going to do is save this out. Oh yeah, we've got some clappers. Thank you very much. This is always fun to do. So,
What's the next item you're doing then?
I'll probably do the Ferocious Gloves next.
Ferocious
'Cause
Gloves.
I wanted to wait until there's a lot more people into the watching.
I think Mod Rise.
Oh,
He's straw falling the
is that the top hat?
I think it is probably the top hat.
I think he's abusing his power here.
What's the results look like on that, John?
What's that, sorry?
Mod Rye put in a straw poll,
Aha.
despite us not saying we were going to straw poll it. It's got like 90% yes top hat, I think.
Of course.
Yeah, no, yeah.
90% yes, 10% no. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it.
Maybe there can be an imbued version where you just use a. We have top hats.
We
right?
do, yeah. We can take it to the pirate bloke who connects items
There you
together. There we go. A new inventory model. That's all it does. All it does is change the inventory model. Fine.
I'm sure whoever the dev behind this will be actually saying that. I think there's already various like four configs for this already, so they might not be too happy about that.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm just trying to find a good place to save it.
Ruby eyes. The reason it's blue is because that's the colour of the
area, yeah.
area. Vibrate. And you don't have to turn your phone off when you use these mics, which is always nice. Oh, it's a Snapchat. That's not.
Let's call it Brimstone Ring, because that is what it is.
Call it expose underscore runite underscore
Let's not get into
unfletched underscore gem tipped underscore ruby underscore effect underscore enchanted.
I need to
Good
add
memory.
this. To
That's
definition.
probably not far off, to be honest.
So bear with me a second. I just need to save the model out, add it to the definition, and then I need to pack it and then grab it down so we can have a look at the inventory item.
Cool. What kind of idea are you going for with the gloves?
Well, I was looking at various types of gauntlets, the fantasy gauntlets out there, and all of them are quite elaborate and certainly far beyond the possibilities of old school gloves. But
You know what are probably most gauntlet-like gloves are in game? What would you say? Because I would honestly say Security Stronghold are probably the most.
do we have those? I thought we don't.
They're not in our game,
Yeah.
but obviously remember when they extended the cockroaches?
Oh, is that where they? Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
those.
well, obviously we don't have those, but in my head, I remember what those looked like, and I remember it being like gloves with like those spikes and an extra cover what's playing right now? What's the song right now? Is it Sea Shanty 2?
It is season.
Okay, they sounded quite excited. I thought it was Sea Shanty 2.
I'm going to mute the microphones.
Yeah, just turn it up.
Yeah,
Mute us.
they don't need to hear us. They can just listen.
The R, may I point out?
Yeah, it won't.
Even though it's a capital
Only
there,
the first one.
you can only have a capital in the first letter, and we actually can't capitalise letters in the middle, which is why certain things have grammar errors like names.
And then there's a bunch of other parameters that, I mean, they're fairly self-explanatory. We got
Yeah.
weight, we got like the stats of the item, as you can see.
The self-explanatory except weight. Weight is the most stupid thing
Is
in
it?
our config.
What?
You don't, because weight you can put in pounds, grams,
Oh, yeah, it
kilograms,
takes everything.
and like it doesn't matter because it's just so random. It's so weird. It doesn't make sense.
My file search has moved. I'm not a fan of that. Come on, there we go. Cool. So yeah, what I've done there is replace they had like just a temporary model in there at the moment before, which was a Fremnik ring. So I've just replaced that with the new one. I think that's pretty much all I have to replace because it's looking. Yeah, that's all I need to do. So now I can save that. Unfortunately, someone else does have this checked out, but they're gonna have to
Deal with it.
deal with it.
Magic Pierce a new param for this ring.
I have no idea what that is.
I think that's a new param. I guess like it. Well, it says it aids in piercing magic defense. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't read the blog. Sorry, mod user.
What am I looking for?
Monroe saying something around.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Mod Monroe.
Brimstone Ring. There we go. So I'm now submitting. I'm also submitting a map file I was working on earlier, so that's going to be a bit confusing. But all is good.
All is good.
Now I need to get to the pack page because everything's all closed.
Oh no, and I have to remember all your secret details. Is the camera pointing at your keyboard? Could they can actually look back at this and check your password and stuff?
I hope they don't. Now that you've mentioned it.
Yeah, now I mentioned it. Oops. Let's just slightly lift that camera up just a little bit, John, just in case.
I can move the keyboard away.
That's probably the best.
Just focus on the keyboard in there.
Yeah, zoom in, enhance.
As if I don't think you can even see the keys on the,
No.
on the camera.
But conveniently, keyboards do this thing where they keep letters at the exact same
Oh
place.
no, we've got a Jagex own keyboard with completely different layouts.
That wouldn't surprise you. Know, you joke, but it wouldn't have surprised me if I joined here and they said, on top of all these new tools, we also have our own in-house keyboard.
That'd be interesting to learn. I mean, I'm terrible at typing with a normal keyboard anyway.
It's fine. I mean, if your password isn't like the easiest thing in the world for in-house stuff, and then you just change the number at the end every 3 months, what are you doing, really?
Well, that was the... Yeah.
I'm kidding. We promote
of
good
course.
password security. Good password security.
Hunted to indeed.
Oh, no, they got it.
What am I packing? So I need to pack models and config.
Config.
And I'll do maps while I'm here because I submitted one of those as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that's what I was working on before the stream started,
right.
and I forgot to submit it. Cool, so that's packing. While that's packing, let's start working on the Ferocious Gloves. So I'm just going to save this because it's always good to keep saving things. I think I had a file already for it. Can't see the file though.
What's a brim pill? Oh, pillar.
Pillar, yeah. I don't take a lot of time naming these things. Actually, I don't want to show it because it might leak.
Well, you put it on the page and then you pulled it off.
Oh yeah, well, it's where it goes automatically. I'm just saying that some of these names might
Leak.
leak information. I don't know.
Ooh, it won't. It really won't. I just read through them. There's nothing there. Don't worry.
Well, that file called lava.
Oh, now they know there's lava in Brimstone. You've ruined the entire update.
Exactly. Okay, so that's saved. I'm just gonna move them out of the way.
Move it near its top hat.
Move it near its top hat. Okay, I'm just gonna keep that. I think it's good to keep these items just like in the background in case someone pops in and out and they were like, "What have you worked on so far?" We can just be like, "They're over there." As you can see, this lovely flat top hat. So, now to get everyone's favourite item in game, and that is the Barrow's gloves.
Ooh.
Fortunately, being as all the gloves from the, I'm always terrible at saying the chest.
Culinarimancers. Culinarimancer.
Yeah, that chest. All the gloves there use the exact same models, just recoloured. And thankfully, the artist at the time decided to use the Barrow's gloves as a base, which is great because
You don't have to change the colour.
yeah, don't have to change the colour. So there we go. These are the
Sorry, when they went the right way around.
There's the Barrow's gloves. Yeah. So as you can see, they are. I mean, you've all seen your hands in game. They are somewhat limited. We have a nice hand section. Then we have the cuff, and then a sort of and then the wrist section as well.
They look really bad.
And
Sorry.
it's literally just two colours.
You're ruining my nostalgia. You're reminding me just how bad these gloves actually look. I thought these were the gloves of gods back in the day. Not all gloves like that look like that, though.
To be fair, there isn't many glove models. We can have a look through them and see if there is any
Let's see what
interesting ones. I think the ones for the diaries might be a bit more interesting because these were slightly newer. So yeah, Mod Ghost's done a good job of making these a bit more interesting.
Just not square.
Yeah,
If you look at it
not
from
square.
above, it doesn't.
Yeah. Looking from above.
It looks like a diamond instead of a square.
Something similar where we have the sort of diamond shape instead, and then it's sort of like a hand.
They look like hooves, the Barrow's gloves.
hooves.
Don't they look like...
I can't really do one at a time because that would. Oh. Like that.
Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip. What else are kind of unique?
Dead man hands. Yes. No, not really.
They're not really.
We've got these general hands. Oh no, they're just big gloves. It's very undescriptive, the names, so it's hard to really tell. But yeah, most glove models are probably quite simple. Oh, we've got demon hands. Oh, those are interesting. I don't know what they're for. Oh no, they're probably for the drill demon.
Yeah.
Actual fingers.
There you go, there's your model. How many people don't want that?
I don't know how they would render with most items, but quite poorly, I can imagine.
I would imagine very poorly. There you go, guys. Stream over. There you go.
They're the ferocious gloves, everyone. That's what happens when you mix a bunch of Hydra parts together. I think that it's Hydra leather for this one. So then just so the Hydra's not dropping just straight gloves. You got it just drop broken gloves. It drops leather and then you sort of turn that into a set of gloves. Spiked van braces.
Oh, they are different. Aren't they? No, they're just like a wristband with two spikes coming off of it.
Yeah, I think I've seen them before. Spiked van braces. Oh, actually, they're kind of cool. It's, got a nice curve to that.
It's just a shame that it's like at the back of the hand, so you never see it really.
Yeah. But another thing to take into consideration is what you'll be wearing them with. So I suspect most people will be wearing them with Bandos chestplate.
Wait, can I just see the script real quick? What is it? What are the bonuses?
For the gloves.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it's all about strength, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's definitely Bandos.
Yeah, these are they're an upgrade from Barrows, but they're not quite as hybridy as Barrows are. Hybridy, that's the word. I'm gonna go with it. What was I going for again? Oh yeah, God Wars Bandos. There we go. So as you can see, these already have quite a hench handguard built into them, which is kind of annoying because it very much limits what we can do with future types of gloves, as we can't really go out that way too much. Although I'm sure there's probably some gloves that do. Well, in fact, these ones, they almost certainly do, don't they?
Yeah, they definitely clip. No, actually.
Well, I guess they
And the
just sort of
renderings aren't
hides
too
it.
bad.
How does it even?
Oh, it's 11.
Oh, they're all 11. That would look awful. If you wore that in game right now, that would render so poorly.
It doesn't seem to be doing too bad of a job. Oh, they're saying that those are sort of flickering with themselves anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you can see, we don't have a lot to work with, or a lot of space. Has anyone got any good suggestions?
Beep. It's because they have to. We've got a delay. We've got a delay on it, so look, there was none.
Quest 100 James gloves? Is that what the... Yeah, I think that might be the model name for the Barrow's gloves, and that's because I suppose James was the dev for
Thanks,
that quest.
James. Don't know who that was. Thanks, James.
I think it was James B. He made quite a lot of the classic quests. Like I do like a lot of his series. I think he did like the original Dagonoth quests as well, and the Fremnik quests. Anti-Santa, those are quite interesting, aren't they?
Are they?
Anything... Oh, no, I'm on the arms still. Oh, there we go.
Anti-Santa arms.
Let's go back to hands. So
Oh, there.
let's
Chunky.
move these out of the way. Oh, they got...
They just have a
nice-
chunky collar, don't they?
Yeah. Well... Cuff. Is that a collar?
Cuff. Cuff.
I think that's a collar, isn't it?
This is a collar. You're right.
Yeah.
Cuff links, yes.
Cuff, yeah.
They're not collar links.
Anyway, that surely that was quite... Yeah, they... Oh, God.
God, they clip really badly.
Yeah.
Don't go in game and wear those gloves without your bandos.
And then
please.
don't report a bug because we can't do much about that.
Except
Like-
completely changing them entirely.
Yeah.
And we did that with gloves one time. You guys didn't like that. Oh, we did it
No,
with
do it with
boots.
boots,
Did it
yeah.
with boots.
Every time we make boots too tall, we then end up making...
If you
them
report it enough
smaller.
times, we'll ruin it, essentially.
Is that what you want, guys?
Do you really want us to do that? Think about it.
Someone said rock shell gloves. I can't imagine anyone's ever worn rock shell gloves, but let's find them.
Like, we'll ignore a graphics report every now and then when it's a clip. Like, we always ignore the bandos and the skill cape. It's like, there's nothing we can do about that. We get so many reports about that every single week. It's bandos chest play is clipping with my skill cape, and it's like, yes, we know. Do you just want us to get rid of skill capes popping out, or do you want us to get rid of the thing on bandos? You don't want either of those things. So, sorry. Enjoy your clipping.
These hand models are probably quite interesting. There's the Shazian ones. Yeah, they got a bit more going on. So
Oh, wow.
You can do some things,
Okay.
but it's really what they want for the Ferocious Gloves. I was looking at... Let's go back to what I was looking at earlier. So I've got like fantasy gauntlets here.
Ooh. Do you want to show them what you're looking at?
That's good idea. So as you can see, we got... Well, mostly just like metallic sort of knights.
Why is there a scythe in this search?
It's Google Images. It gives us what it thinks we want. I was toying with the idea of having like sort of spikes on the end. What was that? That's one you suggested. The
Security gloves? I can't remember what they're called, but I can't remember.
Let's see. Exact.
Can't remember what they used to be called. Do it over there.
How do I get to their wiki?
I wouldn't do it on their wiki. I just image it.
Oh, just image it. Okay. Security gloves. RuneScape.
We've got images. It's probably the best bet here, and hopefully, there you go.
Are those gloves?
Again, you remember when they used to look cooler in your head as a kid?
So I guess that... Wait, so that's where you put your hand, right? That's
Yeah.
sort of where it connects. So that's sort of like a big spike on the... To be fair, that could work. What are the... Oh yeah, safety gloves.
Safety first, kids. Safety first.
What does everyone else think of the safety gloves?
Again, I do stick by... I remember them looking cooler when I was younger.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll keep those over there just in case. It's certainly something we can do because, as you can see, they have the old school style as they're fairly old assets. Someone keeps talking about the rock shell gloves, but I can't see a model called rock shell, so I assume it's probably just a recolor of something else. So I'm gonna have to search for it. Rock shell.
Oh, is it one word or two? Oh, it's two words.
It's always a risk, isn't it?
What?
Or it's none? Or maybe it's a hyphen.
Don't be a hyphen. Why is it a hyphen? Oh, God. Ugh.
I mean, I can sort of see it. It's confusing, but... So the model is Dagonoth gloves.
No, that's okay. That makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I should have started there.
Infinity gauntlets do look cool. They have a little lightning bolt on it, don't they?
Oh, do they?
I think they do.
Never really looked at them. Let's not get sidetracked.
Let's not distract. Look for Dagonoth gloves.
Let's put these to the side.
Oh, the samurai
I've
gloves?
got so many. Oh yeah, I made those.
You did those.
Those are kind of nice. If I say so
It's
myself.
like one of these. Pat on the back. Good job, on West.
Oh, Dagonoff gloves are hench. So I suppose that these are the ones. Okay, I've got some.
Those are chunky. I love the squares, like the invisible squares that just exist with these gloves.
That's where the hand goes, right? Well, no, yeah, it's where the arm goes. So yeah, those are quite chunky.
It's nice just to see the kind of thickness you can work with in terms of how far up that hand you can go and how chunky you can get the
I
arm
mean,
to
it
look.
depends on some of the items. Like even these boots over here, well, all boots sort of have problems with armadillo chain skirt because the legs model goes all the way down to the bottom and generally clips with pretty much everything.
Do you want to check your samurai stuff?
Samurai stuff. Oh yeah.
And the Infinity, let's get those two out of the way. And then we've looked at enough references of in-game stuff. I believe in you, Mod West. I believe that you can do a better model.
Let's move some of these out of the way, as well as the spiked ones. But it's very much a recurring theme here with spikes. So
Spikes are cool. You put spikes in it. Remember when a long time ago you did a mace? That mace thing is like the concept art for the Theatre of Blood before we had our rewards pass. And I was like, it looks like it could do with some spikes. And you were like, oh, just add spikes, it looks cool. And then he polymodelled it in like 3 minutes as a joke. He went, actually, that looks really good. And
yeah,
I was like,
added more spikes and it looked better.
They look really good. You did really well with them, mate.
Yeah, they're so very basic.
They're just different.
Yeah.
They just have a different silhouette because of the diamond sticking out of it.
Yeah.
Again, spikes make things cool. This just proves my point.
And then the last set was Infinity, right?
Yeah.
What other ones were done for that one? The Holy Wraps. What did they look like? Oh,
Oh, they got the
sort of
star on
took
it.
the star away. Yeah, that makes
They
sense.
look like those old-fashioned shoes that have the little white bits on. Tap dancers used to.
Oh yeah. Mod Ghost was talking to me about these. I had no idea what they were before.
What are they?
It,
Pass on the information you've learned.
well,
But you were listening to your.
He told me the name, and I was like, I don't know what those are. And then he showed me pictures, and I just completely forgot what the word is.
And it was like a similar version for like really old waistcoats. And not these shows have the joke where it's like twang.
Yeah. But maybe the chat will know. Someone said Dragon Claws, but Dragon Claws are technically a weapon. But that's a good point, because surely Dragon Claws is going to clip with a lot of things.
I'll be alright.
I'm good.
Thank you.
I'm good with water, thanks.
Mod John's leaving. It means we have full control of the room for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, if anything goes wrong, just run and scream.
Okay.
Those can't be Infinity Gloves, can they?
Oxfords. No, they're not. No, that's not what Oxford
That's
is.
not right, is it?
Is that what Infinity Glove is?
That's apparently what it says.
What?
Hands Mage Infinity Glove. But
Those are so dull.
that doesn't even look like the right colour.
They don't.
Let's see if it is Infinity.
Okay, Peter, I can see you saying boxing gloves, but there's probably a reason why Mod West hasn't said let's do boxing gloves.
Massive. And,
There you go.
massive, yeah, that would be a weapon as well, wouldn't they? Tiny top hats. Yeah, that could work. Those are not Infinity Gloves. I didn't think they were. But, okay, the search is done. Infinity... Wait, we're looking... Probably should have been a bit more specific. Boots, gloves.
Did we fix Nexus hotkeys? Yes, we did.
Oh wait, the model for Infinity Gloves is literally just
Did have
gloves.
hands? What?
It's just basic gloves.
What's it? Show the recolours for them.
Just the one, making it this colour. So let's have a look.
I'm very disappointed that Infinity Gloves are that basic because the boots are so good.
Yeah, the boots are amazing.
Boots like one of the ye old fashioned
Yeah, it's literally these.
recoloured too. Oh, so they are essentially.
What I just had. Yeah. so someone made a model, and then didn't use it, and instead just recoloured normal
I guess
gloves.
for the shop.
What?
I guess for the shop they wanted because it has a weird shop, doesn't it?
It does have a strange shot.
It's like
But
a
it would
unique
use
one.
the. I assume they have a different inventory item.
Anyway.
That's a good point. They probably do have a. Wait, where's the inventory item?
Ooh.
Inventory gloves.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, definitely not those. That's terrible inspiration.
They're quite. Yeah. You could just do them and colour them like whatever the fan favourite colour is, and.
Got Mystic gloves, which are also very simple.
Mhm.
Moon Clan,
Oh, those are a bit interesting. That's just because they have a bit of a mix of colour.
a little cuff.
It shows a bit of
there's
hand.
very little we can do with gloves. And my voice is going. Oh, I don't want to cough. I'm just not going to
Face
cough.
away, you can do it.
Okay, I'll just. There we go. The phlegm's building up.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm looking forward to going to sleep tonight and resting. It's going to be nice. In fact, I woke up with a bad shoulder as well, so just sort of moving my arms starting to hurt.
Can't wait to go underneath your desk at work and roll out the bed.
Roll out the other sleep bag. Blow up the pillow. Oh, you know, like a blow up
It
pillow.
started very questionably, and then you left the pause in. So I was like, "Where you go with
The
this?"
bracelets are quite nice. Although, I mean, I think of a Zenite one, and I think it sounds cool, but then I always think of just like combat bracelet, and it seems sort of newbie. But we could work some sort of bracelet into it, maybe. What we got? What's everyone saying?
Base. Oh, this is a long one. Base color as a Vernic. Branch into Bandos Brown and add some alternating chain patterns to show metallic overlap where the different parts of the gloves are. Spikes should be on top of the forearm, facing towards your head. Have it look like Ferocious Gloves. Diamond edges, full-on plate gloves. You just went from chain to plate. I guess you went chain from the wrist to the...
I mean, I'm worried that we won't have quite the ability to make it so defined. As you can see the examples here.
I mean, have you seen what Aram's looks like when you zoom in any further than...
Oh, the chain effect on the arms is painful.
Do you want to drag it in just to show it?
Well, it's been since we've
It's been cleared.
it's been cleaned up somewhat
Yeah.
since we've had a chance to have a look at it.
The reason why it's one of the maximum poly items in the game, and it's because of those goddamn chains.
What's it called? It's armored skirt or something like that.
Could we have the snake eating your hands like the snake on the ring?
Ooh.
That's quite vicious. I like it. I don't know how you do it.
So wait, how would that work?
Would the mouth be like this?
Oh, so
maybe
it's sort of
like
like
that?
a cuff like that. I guess it could be more like a Hydra head.
You can have like a tail wrapping round and then a...
That could work. Although again, I don't know if we have the definition as we saw here with the ring. That's actually
I don't know how...
almost the same size as the hands.
Because I'm looking at the size of the hands and I don't know how much tail you can get on that wrist
Yeah,
down to the hand.
Well,
That's the
we've got
problem.
a few segments in these. So we probably have like
You'll probably only fit about one more round.
2 ways round. Although we've been doing lots of spiral effects recently.
Have we?
Well, I did one for the Dragon Hunter Lance, and that was painful.
That's true.
Google CSGO Hydra Gloves.
Google them. For inspiration, it's not copying if it's not the exact same.
CSGO Hydra Gloves. I mean, the name is
Quite scarily similar.
quite fitting.
Oh,
Oh, so they're sort of like
we can't really do fingerless gloves
Yeah.
because we don't have fingers.
kind of difficult. Just for reference, guys, that's what we're looking at. I do like the Hydra on there, though.
I do.
But we would never be able to make something so defined, unfortunately. I was looking for Barrow's Armoured Rope. Here we go. So this is the chainmail effect that we all know and love.
God. Ugh, it's so...
And even that is 430 tries, and it was, I think it was like approaching 600-700 before. So,
It's not
quite,
grand.
Quite a bit. And that's, yeah, even those chainmail effects are larger than the hands, so it would be quite difficult to sort of do that. But we probably should, well, I should probably start doing something, so I'm going to start editing the Barrow's gloves as a base, as they are fairly simple. So can we, the question is, add much more definition here? Sort of bring these out a little bit.
Let's read through a little bit. Use Dagonoth gloves and turn them into a snake. We discussed the possibility of that. It's just maybe it might be difficult with room. We might be able to give it a try in a bit. Snake eye in the centre of the fist.
Yeah, to be fair, they are quite a snake eye in the centre, like so on the
I guess it'll be
back
like,
of the hand.
I imagine on the wrist, I guess. Spoopy.
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 Spoopy indeed. It is the season. Oh, there's that season. The season's over now. The event's gone, isn't it? So
Hand come out. Yeah, we discussed the snake being like this and it wrapping up your wrist a little bit.
trying to see how possible that is. So what it could.
I actually like what you're doing. You're like demonting it. It's a good idea. Rip eek. Yeah, you can have eek on your hand, and then it look like the snake's going for it. That'd be great.
So,
Make the whole glove be a snake head facing down, so the hand is
so should I take this sort of snake head from here?
maybe.
Because that will save me some time. And we're already halfway through the hour.
We've been looking at a lot of gloves.
Yeah, indeed.
Fangs coming off the knuckles. Or the stub. We don't use the word fingers or knuckles with our hands in RuneScape. We just kind of use the word stub. I'm going to be really quick and I'm going to pee because Mod John has come back, so
Cool.
excuse me.
I will try my hardest to keep you all entertained while Mod Wolf is gone. So I'm going to attempt to take...
You could say I'm going to PRB.
Hopefully they didn't hear that pun, because that was
I'm knocking the door so you can't come back in.
cringy. That will show them. So yeah, I'm going to take this sort of design I've made for the... Oh, come on. Here we go. Oh, where's that going? For the Brimstone Ring. And I try and Frankenstein it onto... Oh god, there's some polys there that I didn't know were there. Probably should have cleaned that up a little bit before saving that one out, but I can still change it in the future. And let's get rid of those. So let's take that, part it from the model, and now we've just got to rotate it to line up with the gloves and mirror it. So I apologise for the my sort of palette's getting a bit busy with all these other items. What I'm going to start doing is deleting some things I don't need. I don't need the ring anymore. I don't need the original Ouroboros. I can move these these sort of references out of the way a bit more. If they're slightly diagonal, they're not going to get in the way when I'm in specific viewports. So if I'm like looking straight on onto the side, they're not going to get in the way. Same with these rings and the top hat boy. There you go, over there. And these, if anyone's just come to the stream, these are the devout boots. I was showing them off earlier. They're sort of an upgraded version of the holy sandals, and they are looking quite cool. So I thought I'd just keep them in the background so everyone can have a look. Cool. And also this is the bone crusher. I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to be, but apparently that's a bone crusher. But we'll come to that later when we start working on the bone crusher necklace or amulet. Amulet makes a bit more sense. Okay, so now let's take this. Let's see, as you can see, the head is already the size of the gloves, or the hand, so this might be a bit of a challenge. Let's remove the top for a second. So we could... Let's also move the bandos out of the way as well.
I'm refreshed.
4 o'clock is when
Yes.
Mod Monroe comes to join the stream.
Mod Monroe Poggers.
So let's move this down here, so I can sort of get the design on the side there. Don't know if that's looking alright though.
I did wash my hands, yes. They are still a little bit wet because our hand dryers are like... It's kind of gently, like a gentle blowing breeze.
So you got to grab a tissue as well and do both.
Not
You got-
killing the environment.
And the hand dryer isn't? It's using,
Fair
using
point.
energy. The lobster claws. Yeah, that is a good point. They might look a
They
bit
do
like lobster
clawy,
claws.
don't
Now gloves with fang, snakeskin. Are you a vegan?
they? No. I love meat.
I don't think a wolf could be a vegan, right? They got a. Anyway, let's move that out of the way for now. It's a possibility, but until then, I just want to sort of focus on the cuffs themselves. Just sort of get these a bit more interesting. Try and get that sort of twisty feel to them.
Paper towels are actually more environmentally friendly, according to Modaiza, especially if they're made from recycled material. Yeah, but we put them in the bin, Modaiza. They go in a bin. I don't believe they go in recycling, do they? Does it?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. I've seen our cleaners take the stuff out of the recycling bin and put it into the bin and then bin it. I have seen them do that. Got my eyes on them.
Shots fired.
That's why they don't have mod accounts. I don't trust them with it.
I assumed it was because it was a outsourced company. Okay, when we call it outsourcing, but contractors. That's the word.
It's gonna be real awkward if I get out of this and I get an email saying that they've quit because of my. Sorry, we do. Our cleaners work really hard, actually. Do you know how many of us there are in this office?
There's quite a few of us.
There's a lot of us.
We
They work
generate
hard,
quite a lot of rubbish.
and we cause quite a lot of rubbish. We have parties every week.
Yeah.
The amount of
Oh, yeah.
confetti they have to pick up is insane.
Yeah, it was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
that was a lot of.
I think single-handedly this year we've probably went through about 3,000 party poppers, at least.
To be fair, the end of October always sort of coincides with lots of parties, being the end of
Yeah.
the month as well as being Halloween, and nice and spooky. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is sort of get a sort of a twisted feel to it. It's not looking that way at the moment because it's all just one colour. But what I will do is add some more colours to it so it looks a bit more obvious. And these, they will likely be the same colour as the Barrow's gloves. I'm just using them as a base because, well, why not? We got you something and they were fairly simple. So as you can see, we got this sort of...
Very quickly it looks more like a diagonal.
Yeah. Colour is everything.
The magic of go rod shading.
And we'll probably do the same thing here. Maybe. Let's find out.
Do we play OSRS music at our parties? So, fun fact, when we had our 5th year anniversary at the start of the year, we did actually play I don't think I'm saying this. We played Pass the Parcel to Old School music, and it was kind of fun. I had fun.
It was funny watching.
It was... People really want... Morais won a snapback, I think.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. We're adults, really. Really. He did. See, I remember. Sounds like a crazy party. It was the first party in a while that didn't involve any alcohol, but that's because we were 5. So we had jelly and ice cream. We had
jelly and ice cream.
Remember? I love jelly and ice cream. It was good. And then he gave it away to somebody in the Revenant Cave reward design ideas. Feels bad, man. Oh.
So what I'm going to do is open up our icon editor and show off
Snake.
the snake ring,
The
because
snake ring.
I had sort of forgotten, but that almost certainly has packed by now.
This is actually probably the only tool in our system that I go, this is really awesome.
Yeah, I quite like this.
I think this is pretty awesome. Drag it on in. Drag it on in.
Did I spell that right? Oh, because it's capitalised.
Capital. It's not Brimstone. It's Brimstone.
No, Brimstone's
Did
not
you
appearing for
definitely
anything.
pack?
I definitely remember packing. Let's find out.
Oh, repack your config, because I know that you did model then config, but then it usually still complains. Just redo config one more time. You definitely submit it.
What I'm looking for again? It's the ring, right? Unless it got overwritten, because I think someone else did have it checked out. Oh, I saw it then. Brimstone ring. No, it's definitely there.
Did somebody knock on the door there, Mod John?
Maybe I just need to get latest again.
No, I think it was my cup of tea hitting the...
Oh, it was your cup of tea on the desk, sorry.
Yes.
Unless it's suddenly grown a soul and wants to enter the room, I don't know.
Spoilers. You've seen the new map editor.
Oh, whoa. I've not... Put it back off. I've not seen it myself.
Okay, let's get it onto one screen first. There we go.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I think the last stream I did back in May, I sort of did some map editing, and we had the older version of the map editor, and as you can see, we've had a bit of an upgrade. This is a slight spoiler because obviously this is part of Kebos, but you don't have to know about that. We've got this do you remember like the mode where you could go like top-down orthographic and you could see like the
Does
world
that
from
actually
above?
work?
No, they've got rid of it.
What?
So that's
How do you do our
that's a bit
news
sad.
stuff?
However, what we do have now, so this is like we can zoom in for a start on
Wait,
this.
Can you swap to a different map square without having to like type it in? Could you just
Yeah,
click?
you've got like a list over here. Let me just. And also, we can move things around, so that's pretty handy.
Whoa.
But yeah, you just have a list of all the map squares that we can move to.
Like,
Incredible.
it blows my mind that when you zoom out on this screen, it very clearly understands that to the east there is that map and to the west there is that map, but you can't just click on it and go, oh, you're on that map now.
The mini-map's a little scuffed. It sort of doesn't really make sense, but ignore that.
Okay.
What is the incredible part is, like, I don't know if you've ever tried height mapping,
Yes.
but trying to tell the difference between this dark red and this slightly lighter red,
Yeah.
kind of painful. So, you go into Ortho 3D view,
Ooh.
and then you can literally sculpt And you can like increase things. I can't increase anything because I'm not going to check.
This
it
is
out.
this would be impressive in like 2005 to any other games
No, not
development
2005,
studio.
maybe
But
a bit later than 2007, I'd say. But yeah,
This is impressive.
editing things in the map editor now. It's very fun.
There you go.
There you go. There's a slight sneak peek of Kebos there. In fact, I might show a bit more later. It's quite hard to view this editor all in one screen, but there you go. Ooh, there's a strange mound and some cliffs in the background.
Ooh,
Anyway, that's not what I wanted. I was
gloves. Yes.
I was doing something else. Let's reopen the icon editor because for some reason it's not.
It does look a
found
little
it.
roller coaster tycoon-y, doesn't it? That's why I was like, it wasn't that impressive. I remember that editor in my 2002 roller coaster tycoon.
Definitely called the Brimstone Ring. So I definitely didn't have that wrong. Why is it? Okay, I don't know why, but my icon editor is scuffed.
Can you check for anything else? Try looking for something else first. Make sure it's...
Oh wait, I might be on the wrong option. There we go.
Hey! No!
Am I spelling it wrong? I mean, I've definitely spelled that one wrong.
Oh, Brimstone. It doesn't help.
But no, it's not, nothing's appearing. But okay, I'll come back to that. Don't know why that's going wrong.
That's upsetting.
It is. I mean, it's confusing as well. I think I've obviously done something wrong, but I thought I had it all together. Anyway, let's just show. Let's just show it because we're looking at something off screen here. So this is our icon editor. As you can see, we can just sort of like browse through all the different items in game, and then you click on them, and it shows you how they look in like how they would gonna look in your inventory. So this is like a grid here showing each pixel, and then you've also got what it looks like unselected and what it looks like selected. And we can just rotate it around. Is this a gun?
It's the ballista.
It's a ballista spring.
What right side did you pull the pack?
I definitely did multiple times.
Okay.
That's why I'm confused. But
It does look like a gun, doesn't it? But this is a ballista spring.
I mean,
There you go.
it keeps-
Oh, well, you just got 4 files updated.
yeah, but before I had 289 files updated and then 4 files. So, okay, we'll try it again. Maybe it's just having one of its days.
One of its days. One of our tool days.
What's everyone saying? In the chat?
Do I actually work? Not really.
No, we don't do work.
We don't know. No, it's not working, I'm afraid.
I'm so confused. Okay, well, let's see if there's anything else in that file that's not Hydra. Okay.
I might need to
just
come back
not
to that.
Getting new items. Well, okay, we were showing something else off anyway. So let's just find something. Dragon. So you go. Oh, I've got the wrong one on again, haven't I? Oh look, the old Dragon Claws model, which is just the recolored version of the normal claws. So basically, what you do, you'd find a good position. You wait until everything's rendering, because sometimes thin things generally do tend to disappear, and then you just go here and you copy the clipboard, and then it just prints out a couple of strings.
On my corner, all the zoom and the offsets.
Basically, it just prints that all out in a string, and then you add that to the config, like you can see is done here. So you've got like the 2D X offset, the 2D Y offset, the 2D zoom, etc.
Instead of, manually concept arting individual icons for every single thing, it just reuses a 3D model that is made by our wonderful artist, and then we just, as developers, we steal it and reposition it.
And it saves a lot of memory as well that needs to be sent online, because there's no images being stored. It is just the model files, and generally model files, it's just a list of vertices and what colour the vertices are. So
It's a smart man,
quite
that
low
Andrew
res.
Gower, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He's a
indeed he
smart
was.
man.
You knew how to optimize and make sure that everyone can play RuneScape.
He learned.
Regardless of computer.
Moving from classic to RS2, he was like, what's really annoying? Drawing hatchets. So, let's make this work.
Okay, so let's get back to these gloves. We need to make them look a bit more interesting. Are we going to fall into the trap of adding spikes?
I think we might end up falling in the trap of adding spikes.
Let's just make them a bit broader so they're a bit more ferocious. Could always maybe add the spikes on the bottom so they sort of look like
Fingernails.
fingernails. That would be ferocious, right? You could probably add a bit more definition down the
Maybe if
centre.
they were on the front and clawed over, maybe, as opposed to it being on the stump and it looks like you're punching with them.
To be fair,
Isn't that a Family Guy episode where Meg, her only superpower is growing nails really fast?
I can't say I've seen it. I haven't watched much Family Guy.
Oh, it's grand.
I don't really watch much TV anymore. Sort of gone off it.
TV in general?
Well, just scheduled TV. So if I don't search for it myself, I just never see it in the end. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get some more colours on there. I'm gonna get rid of this grid because this grid's really annoying me. No, I like the grid. I'm gonna get rid of the floor. There we go.
I'll actually ask the chat for some questions real quick.
Yeah.
See if there is anything there. Mod West, you're great for doing stuff on stream and working with the user base. It's good to see transparency from a game company clearly devoted to their user base, while most are in an opposite direction.
Nice.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
I like. Yeah, that's what I mean. It helps to listen to you all because you all vote on the polls. If we started polling you things that you didn't want, it would look pretty stupid. So it's a good thing that we run this way, and it works out great in the end.
We all have phones, right?
Yeah, we all have phones.
We all have phones.
And that's I mean, it's times like that which make me worry about saying things live. Because You're just asking for a meme, aren't you? Really, at that stage.
I don't know. I feel as though in life you can never say anything bad alive if the thing that you are talking about is something that you truly believe in. Is my belief.
I guess there's probably something to that because they didn't seem overly enthused themselves, I guess.
What are you about? No, this is just theoretical. I wasn't specifically.
Oh, you weren't specifically talking about people.
About any specific thing, of course.
Of course.
But if I was, my general belief on that is if you are working on something that you believe in and love, then you should be able to speak about it and never be caught off guard. If you've got something to hide, or you're scared to say something, it's probably because you know that it's not the product you want to deliver or update. Again,
nothing specific.
For nothing specific.
I feel like I need to cough again. I'm just going to move over here.
Just go ahead. Mod West, if you're sick, try blending 30 grams of ginger root, 15 grams of honey, and a juice of lemon in a blender. It works wonders. Sorry, I don't know what I was expecting. I need to start reading the question out before I say it, I think.
Actually quite right there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I could try it. I do have some soothers.
Sponsored by Soothers.
Oh, is that the? Oh, I thought that was
Halls.
just Halls.
Halls
Yeah.
Soothers.
I've also got some other company in here, but I'm not shilling for these companies. I just needed some some throat soothers.
Halls?
Jakeman's.
I've never heard of Jakeman's.
Yeah, neither did I. But
Whiskey
these are actually lemon and honey, so I guess that's relevant to that advice.
I know. Yeah, it is.
But I mean, I'll wait until a bit later until I take one of those because I'm fine for now. Sell out. Yep.
Fight you on through. Are you happy with the way the Dragon Hunter Lance is? I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, it still needs a few more changes from feedback.
Mm-hmm.
The last one I posted, there was still. I mean, the general consensus was that it was a lot better, so that was good. It had improved, and I agree. I did prefer the way it turned out. Again, I didn't really have any preferences with how the item looks. I did most of it through Twitter polls, sort of gauging what the players want.
I like the taste of lockets.
Lockets? They still make them?
Yeah.
I've not seen them in years. I've only ever seen soothers.
The lockets are the square ones, aren't they?
Yeah, I just remember the really strange advert when I was younger. I had like a Tin Man in it. Anyway, that was off topic. Yeah, I like the lance. I still want to play around with the colour scheme a little bit because I'd rather it look a bit more like the colour scheme of the Hydra itself.
Mm-hmm.
But the Hydra itself has varying colours without spoiling anything. So we'll see how that looks. And currently it just sort of uses the same colour scheme as the Dragon Hunter crossbow, which is soon will be polled to be changed. So unless it's already being polled, I don't know if the
It's
polls
polled
are
right now. It's live.
Oh, it's live. Cool.
Round ago vote.
Yeah, go vote on the polls, guys. I don't know how that's going because I haven't had the opportunity to check.
And it's passing quite well, I believe.
Oh, cool, awesome. I did after posting the Ulm variant. It did get a lot of popular. It was very popular. So and then, currently it looks a bit too much like the Dragon crossbow. So it makes sense to vary it up a little bit. Am I making these gloves a bit pointy?
I hate that woo face thing.
The woo face.
The little OWO face.
Which one's that?
That one.
Oh right.
I'm not a fan.
Oboe face.
It's how do you say OWO?
Oh yeah. It's got to sound all cutesy, hasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, this glove is going all over the place. This glove. Because
Club.
let's be honest, what even is this?
Can the part of the gloves going up the wrist be modelled into the Hydra's head to give it an effect? It was eating the player's hands. I think that was the attempt.
Yeah, I'm just afraid of it looking too much like a lobster claw. Which is, let's go away, Bone Crusher.
Well, the Hydra doesn't have the snake head, really, does it? It has more of like a rectangular-y, square,
Can get
oblong-y shape.
a model of the Hydra without ruining the Hydra. So you've all seen early versions of the Hydra anyway. I'm definitely not going to show the boss model because that would be...
Be very careful about what you're about to do
Spoilers.
here.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Can you...
I've used the Hydra head and I've incorporated it into...
Do you want to hide the screen temporarily?
No, it doesn't
Mod
matter.
John?
No, I promise, I'm not going to mess up.
Okay, well, I don't trust you, so we're on the web. We're on the webcam right now.
Oh, are we?
So, yeah, so
Okay,
you get a
cool.
full screen of us while you're looking for it.
I think it was this one.
Yeet. Oh, no, sorry.
That's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one. See, I trusted you. That's why I didn't.
Okay.
Actually, that's why I didn't trust
We
you.
got it.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, okay, we can show it now.
I don't know how that's going to look scaled down though. Because it might...
That looks really cool. But it's not like, a snake shape. It's not like a lobster claw per se. It's got more of an oblongy.
But how will it look when it's the size of the fist? That's the problem. Let's turn it around.
Why don't you just have that full thing on your hand so you have to drag it across the floor?
Okay, let's make it a little smaller. Just gonna just clap.
To be honest, that's perfect. There you go, you've made it, you're done. Slightly open the mouth, you put the hand in, you're done. That's perfect.
What, you think that could be the glove?
I'm not even kidding you, that
I mean,
looks so
not-
good.
Definitely not with those pointing out bits.
Why not?
Because that...
Chat, am I wrong? Does that not look good? So long as the hand was in it, open the white and the mouth a little bit,
It's just-
you're there. There you go.
Does look actually quite good.
Just saying, bruh.
Oh, I can't click anything. It's annoying. Why am I clicking that? So at the moment, it's a few things I've welded, so it's going to look a bit different. So we want to open.
Open the mouth, pop the hand in. Bish bash bosh, as Mod Keenan would say. Away you go.
Why can't I see my
Done.
buttons? There you go.
Don't even need Mod Monroe down here. You're gonna be finished in 3 minutes. Finish. No.
What time is it?
There's got to be a lot of tweaking to this to make it look perfect, I think. But
So you want this to literally be the hand itself?
I guess kind of. You're gonna have to slender up the arm a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to optimize, as we all. That's all like a thing that we do all the time for Old School. Optimize, optimize, optimize.
In many other games, this is called lazy, but in our game, it's just.
Well, I think other games are all about optimizing as well, but just at a slightly larger scale. Okay.
I know it's off topic, but possibly a unique teleport animation to the Draken amulet. We did think about that. We just didn't really have graphics time at the time.
Does the one in RS3 have a unique anim?
Yeah, have you ever seen it, you actually disappear in little bats appear?
Bats, yeah.
It
I do
looks
remember
pretty
using
cool.
it for some barrage trips back before Old School came out. Oh, that was quite a while ago now.
There's a lot of things I'd like to add, but we need to pull a couple of those. I'd also like to have a unique quest cape, unique achievement cape one,
Quest, is that just use the generic
fairy
one?
rings.
Oh, right, yeah.
But yeah.
I do quite like making teleport animations because you can have a little bit more fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it beats you got the classic sort of T-pose and then fly away. And then, and then shrink down. Yeah, that's what happens.
Might be an unpopular opinion, but I actually really used to like the updated lunar teleport.
Lunar teleport.
I like the lunar teleport that we have right now in game already, but I also like the one where they updated it to be that circle and you flew up and flew down.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that vividly. Vividly? No, the opposite of vividly. Vaguely.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
But I also like the one that we have now.
So I'm just looking at some of the questions. Apparently it's not unique to RS3. It was the Halloween event one.
Oh, yeah, the
that's
scare.
That's probably where I remember it from, actually.
That was one of my favourite Halloween events. I love trick-or-treating people.
Yeah.
Where you get the sweets and the warlock outfit. That was a cool, that was a cool
Warlock
event.
outfit. Was that the orange and brown one?
Yeah.
The one that looks a bit like the
Yeah,
Pyromancer outfit that I created.
I really like that one. Hi, Mod Monroe.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How's it going?
Yeah, we spent ages thinking about how to do this glove, and then I was just like, maybe we can just try to use the thing that you've already made, and the chat seem okay about that. Kind of.
Still a lot of editing to do.
There's a lot of editing to do.
Are you staying?
No, I'm disappearing.
I'm getting the seat.
You want to pop on over? I'm leaving in about 5-10 minutes.
Sure, I'll pop on over for that.
Oh, this is getting awkward now. There's too many items in this scene, and I'm struggling to click things. So I'm just going to start deleting things. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the devout boots, guys. So if you've only just joined or in the past hour, here are the devout boots. So I'll just keep them in the background so we can show them off when someone wants to see them.
Oh.
We got
here.
We got it. Welcome to the stream, Mod Monroe.
That was slick.
Yeah, do you like that?
That was pretty slick. Do you want to shunt it a little bit?
Yeah.
Over a little bit.
Got to thank Mod John for that one.
Thanks, Mod John.
We've also got the Brimstone Ring that I worked on earlier.
I've seen that earlier.
Do you like the top hat? With or without the top hat? What do you think?
Well, I mean, we've seen the chat, right?
I know.
Chat said with the top hat, so.
If the sorry, they said jorts, and I had a Freudian slip. I said, if the jorts want it, I was like, no, if the chat want it, sure.
We did straw poll it, so.
Don't worry. Whenever I used to wear, like, firstly, jorts is not a UK term. We just say shorts, like denim shorts.
Yeah, for sure.
But I used to roll like I have quite a few pairs of denim shorts. Mine are short shorts. Yours at least go to your knees. Mine are like they barely show they show more my thigh than what's being hidden.
All the hot pants.
Mine are hot pants. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's only November. It's still shorts weather.
No.
the main problem with this Hydra so far is that a single head is 268 tries, which
Yeah.
compared to what this was before, 70 tries. So I don't think it's going to be quite possible. I'm going to have to optimize this quite vigorously.
If there's one person that can do it, Mod West, it's you.
Well,
There's gonna be a lot of.
I mean, Mod Ghost could do it as well.
Yeah, you got
I
this.
just need to be fair, there's lots of things I can optimize here.
You need to also
Just
put in your
Lots of welding. Here we go, guys.
So using the Hydra head for the gloves then?
Potentially, if it works, if
This
this
is a maybe.
optimization works
Okay,
out.
cool.
He also needs to add the hand back in as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe.
Just out of interest, can you pop the Bandos gloves over it a little bit? I mean, the
Oh,
Bandos body.
I deleted it.
Oh.
It was getting in the way, but
Okay.
I'll add it back afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think these sort of fin things,
Fins.
whiskers, I don't know what you call them, might clip with it somewhat. But there's also a lot of definition.
The chat.
Spam the snake.
To prove Mod West is best.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I need to. There's a lot of detail here. I probably should have optimized it before shrinking it down so I could actually see what I was doing. You live and learn.
If we are going to make this the gloves, if this is going to be the new gloves, thoughts on changing the item that upgrades it to be a bit more thematic? I'm sure.
Currently, the items are
Fang?
based on the Hydra.
Yeah.
Currently, it's Hydra leather you use to.
Oh, well, you know,
That's perfect.
there's leather on
Yeah,
the head. You
it's
just
literally-
shape it into the
Yeah.
visage of the.
Yeah.
Very intricately.
Yeah. You take Hydra leather to
Well, not you.
Erdan in the Myth Guild, and
That's
that's
the
it.
one.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought I'd just jazz it up a little for you. Does this look a little better?
Yeah.
You can.
What's the
you-
software? This is an internal toolkit.
Jagged,
Jagged.
as in Jagex editor.
Yeah.
There we go. I said it right that time.
That sounds too easy for best in slot gloves. What, having to do Dragon Slayer 2 and also having
To kill the Hydra.
to kill,
To kill the Hydra.
the Hydra boss, which requires 95 Slayer.
95 Slayer, yeah.
And
It's a task only boss.
it's really, really low requirements, 95 Slayer and Dragon Slayer 2.
Yeah.
Entry level.
Oh, yeah.
We're just pretty much giving them out for free.
Yeah. And you got to get a task with it, so.
Oh yeah, it's task only.
Don't be too brutal. Come on, Wolf.
He has a family.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not long, though.
So, there's so much more to do. Doesn't help that there's just I don't know what I'm trying to say.
What are you trying to say, man?
I don't know.
Come on.
There's okay. Let's get it away from the hand so I can actually see what I'm looking at. And sort of-
I have not really done a lot of Kebos stuff, so I can't accidentally leak anything for you, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say anything about the boss, you see.
Like, I actually know nothing about it, so
Yeah.
I can't leak.
That was a good idea.
Yeah. Be smart.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this optimization.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
I
What
do
a
like,
legend.
I do like to optimize.
What are we on right
leather-
now?
The
226.
No, how many
hydro,
have dropped?
yeah, the hydro leather is a unique drop, so it's going to be quite rare.
Confirmed I don't actually work at Jagex. No, it's just I'm not on the project team anymore. I'm not working on Kebos. My last project, big project, was My Arms Big Adventure. With you, again, actually.
Yeah, making friends tomorrow.
Making Friends of My Arm. The My Arms Big Adventure sequel.
Yeah.
Worked on it for 8 weeks. Forgets the name of it.
Yeah.
To be fair, you said it and I didn't even
Yeah.
think of correcting it. I was just like, that sounds right, yeah.
Sorry, it didn't happen a lot during, when we were making it at all.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, the nose is still looking quite like there's something going on there that I just don't know what's going on. Okay, if I flip that, does that work? It does.
Magic.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Just flip the poly and you're good. Flip the vert, you're done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's one of those sort of features that isn't usually in most model editing programs. And it's
Features.
so handy. Although maybe it is, I've just not found it. There we go, and we're pretty much. Yeah. See, that was a mess before, and now it's all neat and tidy.
You know what? You're pretty good at this. Have you ever thought about applying for
I don't know, I
an
should
art position?
consider it, shouldn't I? Probably make this a little thicker as well, because otherwise it's just gonna collapse in on itself when. Although I still need to fit the hand in there as well. Oh, there's still so much.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, there's still too much going on here. Don't worry, we can weld.
When is the Hydra update? Well, Kebos Lowlands is coming the start of next year, January. So look forward to that. These guys aren't getting any sleep.
We've still got ages.
Need a broken form as well.
Why
Broken
do
form.
we need a broken
It
form?
should be like a leather.
Yeah,
Mama Isa said he needed one.
but okay.
Have you coded it to require a broken one?
Well,
I
you
think
get
we
leather
changed.
from
Yeah, we changed it from broken to hydra leather, which sort of makes a bit more sense. As if you go
fits
to
a bit more thematically rather
Yeah.
than the hydro dropping gloves that are already made.
We get the generic leather, we'll colour it the bluish
if
colour.
you're applying logic to things, there's lots of things that monsters drop. You'll be like,
Okay.
how did you get that? Yeah,
Don't break his poll question. Okay.
don't break his po. Oh right. Well, maybe they are broken. They're just sort of unmade and
Yeah.
broken. Technically, a strap of leather is unbroken. It's broken gloves.
Any more questions, guys? Let's have a look, see if there's any more.
What we're down
Fancy a
to?
drink tonight?
Yeah, probably.
Good,
I like
good
hot-
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Does Kebos Slayer Master give tasks in Wildy?
Nope. He does not. She does not.
She.
Yep.
Assuming gender.
So I
mean-
already corrected myself.
Come on, you got it.
Oh god.
Oh, I've got a lot of convergence points going on there, so I need to
Dude, I believe in you.
optimize even more. I'm getting hard to see what's even connected to what. Like, oh, like that. And, oh god. These bloody hands are getting in the way.
What are the requirements for creating the gloves?
Finishing Dragon Slayer 2 to get into the Mist Guild, basically. And killing the Hydra to get the drop.
Can you just buy them outright from another player?
Can
You can buy the leather
Yes.
or the broken gloves outright from another player, but
Oh, right, okay.
you still need to take it to Erdan to fix it, and then they become untradeable. And they require 80 attack and defense.
That's a high defense requirement. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh! We all believe in Mod West. Mod West is best.
We are slowly getting
I would say.
closer to a reasonable poly count. There we go, just move 10 faces. Pog jump.
Oh, let's see a bit of... Oh, beautiful.
And this one. I made my life a little easier by deleting half of it so I can optimize it twice as fast.
New 80 defense pures incoming. Don't make the gloves that colour.
I mean, this is just a temporary colour. I can always make them a slightly more vibrant. At the end of the day, we got to make sure they sort of fit with the current best in slot gear, so we don't have sort of.
It's also worth pointing out that when you click on it and highlight it, it changes the colour to a blue instead of the actual colour of it.
Oh right, like that.
Yeah. Oh no, or like that. It's got a blue tint.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Then, yeah, that's not the colour. That's the colour. No, that's not, and that is.
Oh no, I've welded two verts together that
Shouldn't have been welded.
shouldn't have been welded. Yeah.
Oh no, I'd say press Control Z, but it might just do something random in this
Well,
editor. Do you want to risk it?
the problem is I don't know how long ago I welded them,
Oh no.
so I'm just gonna wing it and just keep on going.
The big tradable drops coming in with the Hydra boss. Obviously, the ring pieces which are untradeable when you get them, like the bludgeon, then made into tradable ring of Brimstone or Brimstone Ring.
Whichever one it is, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't find. And then, so that's tradable once it's been made into the ring. And also the tradable Hydra tail as well, which is used to make the Bone Crusher necklace.
It's like
Okay.
a wolf.
I've just realised something. When you stand, your hand is like this in RuneScape 3. That's your hand, not your arm. Your arm's like that, but your hand is like that. The glove's going to be like this. Your hand's going to cover it there, like there, and
Oh,
there.
the thing's gonna come out.
If I
isn't it?
hold the defender,
So I need to rotate it,
the
right?
defender's going to go straight through the head. So you are actually going to have to rotate it a little bit
That
inside.
might work a bit better anyway.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you would literally be stabbing through the head to hold your defender.
I mean, we see how we grasp things in our game anyway.
Firmly grasp it.
Just go straight through, right?
So yeah, you might need to, instead of it being the head is on the front, it might need to be on the side and the back. QA'd before you even went in a QA. Easy.
Awesome. What are we at? 4 o'clock. So we are over halfway through it now, and I would say maybe halfway through this item. We still have another 45 minutes. I sort of initially gave about an hour per item, but we are
what are you
we've
doing
got
after this?
we've gone past it somewhat. The Bone Crusher amulet.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Bone Crusher necklace.
Bone Crusher necklace. Yeah.
Yeah.
So initially I was just thinking of maybe attaching this to the dragon
bit of
necklace.
strength.
Oh,
But
wow.
now looking at the model, I'm rethinking it because it is
You need to remake the model.
it is
Essentially.
quite messy. It does look like a flattened dagger. What did it look like in originally?
It looks the same, but they had a 3D model of it.
Bone Crusher.
This is one of those examples of doing a 2D just to try and have an inventory item because it doesn't have a drop model. But yeah,
Oh right, yeah, that actually looks kind of.
more 3Dified.
Oh, I see what they're going with it. So that's supposed to be the handle, and that's.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
what,
because
you
they
put
just
the
needed it
bone-
for the inventory icon, so they just
Yeah.
did a lazy 2D version.
Yeah, makes sense.
It does look like an ice cream. It looks like a soft serve,
Yeah.
the one that we have if you turn it upside down. It looks like a very pointy soft serve ice cream.
Oh,
Put some red sauce on it, some blue sauce. Blue sauce is the best. And away you go. But can you put a cornetto in it? A little 99 flake?
I was just gonna. Oh. This is
You were actually going to put a flake in, weren't you?
this is.
Oh,
time-
Mod West, I
time well
love you.
spent.
There you go. Ta-da! It's an ice cream. There you go. It's a 99.
That yeah.
Well, okay. Anyway, back to the gloves. Or back to the Hydra.
Hello, Ginger Baby.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to head back to work.
Cool.
We have next week's update to get ready. So have a wonderful, wonderful time, everyone.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for humouring me and
I will move.
pulling off the head of a statue for me. It's much appreciated. Let me make sure I get my cup.
We'll see how it goes. Hopefully this turns out alright. I've still got a few. Well, we're down to 160 tries, so still a bit of the way to go.
Yeah.
But it should be good. I don't know if I delete this, will it delete things I don't want it to delete? Unfortunately, yes.
Oh dear.
But we can remedy this by filling it in, reversing it, and updating the triangle. I feel like my voice is starting to go again, so I'm actually gonna go for a little bit of medication, or
Yeah.
at least
Some more
a
medication.
nice little placebo effect because I don't know if it actually does anything. Well, I guess it soothes the throat,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't say no to a bit of lemon and honey.
No.
Cool. What's everyone saying in the chat?
Not much.
Doing drugs. They're not drugs. It's just soothing menthol sweets. There we go. There's the official name for it. So the problem here with these sort of like ears, let's call them ears,
Yeah.
is that these
Sure.
tries facing inwards at each other are gonna cause lots of rendering problems. So I'm just gonna select them all, delete them, and then just sort of join them up so it's more of a solid connection. Unfortunately, when you fill a gap in Jagged, it very rarely faces it the way you want it to face, and it generally doesn't give it the correct. Sorry, I'm trying to talk now, and I feel like I'm a hamster because I got this sweet in my
It's fun.
sweet in my mouth.
As long as the gloves look cool at the end, it's what matters, right?
I'm worried about these eyes as well, because I'm thinking the eyes are just they're like 1, 2, 3 verts away.
Right.
I don't know, so maybe they probably will collapse, but hopefully they don't.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
what is that? The other way around. There we go. That makes a bit more sense. It's a good thing we'll point out that they need to be rotated.
yeah, they can't clash with the defenders, as it were.
Well, I think it would clash with pretty much every weapon.
Yeah.
Good times. Okay, let's fill in these holes and then get it all. Let's get rid of that because that's distracting. So basically what those numbers mean, for anyone who's unaware, those are essentially how the renderer decides which one to put first. So at the moment 11. 11 is sort of a special number. I don't really understand how it works, but when you got things on the arms, the gloves and the hands, just give it 11 and the engine will know what to do. But for instance, if we had this set to 1 and this set to 2, it's like, oh yeah, 2's in front of 1. But then if you were to set these to 3, it now renders 3 above it. So that's essentially the very rudimentary way we render polys, because there is no Z buffer for Old School RuneScape, which is a bit of a pain, but it is a nice challenge to deal with. And it's only really a problem for like player kits and occasionally during doing some like environment work. But when it comes to like new NPCs and new bosses we create, having them all as like the same render order generally solves that problem quite easily. Although I'm sure you notice with some mobs where they sort of get a bit close to themselves, they do start to flicker a little bit.
Sometimes that happens, but it's just what we have to deal with.
It's what gives it the charm, right?
Of course.
Okay, I think I've still got too many verts up here.
The gloves are definitely 80 defense.
Is that the first piece of armor that's got level 80 requirement?
I suppose it could be. Depends what you class the Dragon Bone necklace as.
Does that have defensive stats?
No, but it's got 80 prayer requirement, you see.
I guess you could say prayer is a form of defense. See, maybe.
I don't know.
I guess it's still a tier 80 item.
Yeah. It's the first item with 80 defense requirement on, and 80 attack as well. So.
Okay. I want to rotate these so I can actually see them when I look to the side.
Yeah.
I want to open up the mouth a little bit more because I don't think there's enough room quite to fit the hand inside. And it needs to be able to go inside because it is a glove. And that's how gloves work. Okay, pull that out. We're looking at around 160 tries per hand still, so still need to bring that down by quite a bit. And I still
How
have
far
that
down do you need to
gaping
take it?
hole. Well, so currently the Barrow's gloves, which are probably the most basic of glove, per hand is 46 tries.
Right.
Over here for a slightly more complicated one, per hand is 54. Oh wow, those are efficient.
Yeah.
Good job, Mod Ghost. I'm impressed. What are these ones? These are probably still quite efficient. 84. I think that's what we're looking at. Yeah, 84. So yeah, we'll probably want to get it down to about half what it currently is at. So,
Okay.
But I mean, I've already halved it once, so
Yeah.
I should be able to halve it again.
Well, that's good.
I mean, we don't really have much choice.
No.
Oh, that's to say that I don't actually know what the hard limit is for gloves. We generally just try to not push boundaries
Yeah.
just to avoid problems.
So you try to take it down to about 80 or something.
Ideally.
Cool.
What's everyone talking about?
Tier
Blow
75
pipe.
versus tier 80.
Blowpipe should be tier 80. There's a fair debate to be had about those items.
Yeah.
But the problem there lies within, I guess, players being against the idea of tier 80s, but then items being made with similar power as tier 80s, but labelled as another tier.
Yeah. Flooding the tier 75.
Yeah. It is something we need to address. But, I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm sure we all have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
We just need to figure out what the best course of action is.
Of course.
Let's delete that poly. Probably didn't need it. Oh no, wait, I did need it. Why was it
What?
facing the? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna delete it because it's facing both ways. And
Yeah,
that's
and
just
then-
rude.
You can put a new one in.
Yeah. Still facing both ways? No, there we go. Sorted.
Nice one.
I'm gonna weld this guy with you. That seems like a good idea.
So what kind of colour scheme are you thinking with these then? Similar to what it is right now, or gonna change it
Well,
a bit?
this would go with Bandos because
Mhm.
Bandos is very, subtle greys. Not
Yeah.
too colourful. With, well, I mean, I guess the Barrows gloves are a good example of sort of, tan cream colours with sort of dark brown, a greeny brown. But we probably should make it a bit more like the Hydra's colour scheme.
Okay.
But I can't grab the Hydra's colour scheme currently without
Yeah.
showing you all the Hydra. So
Yeah. No, for
when
sure.
I finish the model itself, I'll ask.
I feel like that colour is quite close to that we were after.
What, the greys and reds?
Well, the grey certainly to the back of the.
Oh yeah, potentially, yeah.
So.
I'd want to keep it consistent with the way the current colour scheme on it is, but we need to find out if this is even going to work first, because I'm still not completely convinced how it will look when I'm done. But if this works, this will certainly be one of the more interesting gloves in game, which is good because they are going to be the best gloves for melee, so it makes sense to.
Yeah, they are
that
going to
be a
be.
thing.
Although you definitely wouldn't want a range or mage in them.
No. I assume it has negatives for range.
Yeah,
and
I
mage.
think it's negative 16 on both of them.
Awesome.
Yep.
I always find the sort of negative stats a bit arbitrary, but it does certainly help with balancing.
Yeah,
Because
they
otherwise
are.
you end up with like a black dragon hide situation, where it's really good for range and then just
Not anything negative. Yeah,
nothing negative for anything else. Oh, well, maybe it has negatives for magic.
I mean,
Probably, yeah.
you could definitely, pretty fairly sure you could splash magic with these gloves, but be a very expensive way to go about that.
Yeah. Oh, this vert's welded as well. Is that facing backwards? It's very hard to see where verts are going sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem when you sort of shrink things down. Some verts will take up the same space, and then they'll just auto-weld themselves together.
Oh, that must be great for you trying to
Yeah, this is why.
remove things.
That's why I should have optimized it first and then shrank it down.
Ah, it's
But
fine, you'll manage.
You live and learn. So if I select that one, does it delete both sides? It does delete both sides. That's a shame.
That's unfortunate.
I want to solve this somehow. I mean, it's already.
I'm sure you can fix it.
I've already ruined the shape somewhat. I need to bring this in a little bit more.
I mean, keeping the shape like the head is not.
I'm just concerned that this is completely wrong. Oh, that's not what I want. Okay. Yeah, again, we're sort of cursed by this very limited grid, so we can't really get the sort of. It's like either really straight and rigid or really
Not.
diagonal, and I can't really get that curve in there.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, it's a shame. I guess if I pull that one back a little bit, I might be able to fake a curve. But even still, having those verts so close to each other is just going to risk them welding together when you put them on the player. Because as soon as it starts animating, it's
Yeah.
all going to start to crumble.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times with other items we've been creating.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna go back to the front of the Hydra. So this could be out there. I think this is looking a little strange as well. It's hard to really see the exact 3D-ness. So if I... Oh, you see. Trying to move it away and it sort of crumbles the eye.
I suppose, how would it look without the eye?
I mean, without the eye.
Yeah.
It will stop looking like a head and it will start looking like a lobster claw again.
No. Yeah, that's totally right. We need the eye there.
What's everyone saying in the chat? Can you boost to kill the Hydra boss? Will it assign it?
It won't assign it, but I believe we might end up doing something like we've done with the Thermi boss, because it's obviously part of the diaries, where you can kill one off task with a boost.
Okay.
So I think that's probably what we're going to do. Simply because it is a task to kill it, so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Otherwise people are going to burn through quite a lot of points, right? Or they're going to do that would you still do that anyway?
Don't know. You can kill it once without the task, I believe.
Okay.
You can't boost to get a task, but you can kill it once without a task.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think. I've not killed it myself, so.
Can you guys make more ores? Well, if we were to add more ores, we need a reason to have more ores. And we have a problem with the whole smithing already having content all the way up to 99, which isn't an easy thing to solve, unfortunately.
Yes. We have quite a lot of mining options already, as it were.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have, and I think there might be a new one with a.
Yes, there'll be more rewards based rather than XP,
yeah.
which is quite nice as well.
So these are still annoying me. I need to. Why did they do this? So what's happened here is that the two polys, one facing one way and one facing the other way, have taken up the exact same location, and now they think they're the same poly. So they're facing both ways.
Oh.
And that's caused me problems. Because I can't...
So there's not an easy way to fix that, I'm assuming?
delete it and then recreate it. It is only 3 polys though, so I think I can do that.
Cool.
If I can remember that shape. In fact, I don't have to remember it. I can detach it, move it away, delete it.
And then redraw it.
Move it back. Come on. Come on.
Hey.
And then push it back, and then I can just use that as a trace, like so. And it's got that direction wrong, as it always does. It's always best to work with tries, so I generally just triangulate things as I go. Is that the same as it was? I think I've added an extra vert unnecessarily. Perfect. And now I don't have that annoying back face.
Oh.
However, it's still in the wrong position, so no. The accuracy on click on these arrows are just terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried to use this tool before doing, tiny little things.
Yeah.
Spent ages trying to wrestle with it, and
yeah, it's not too nice to beginners.
no. I just go for colours when I need to recolor something. And find out what the original colour was.
I mean, even that, trying to select it and being like, why is it selecting the poly on the opposite side?
Oh yeah, that happens. It's like, oh, great. I guess I'm just not selecting that poly today.
Yeah, that's why generally what I do now is I grab the poly and I drag it away, and then I select it, because then there's nothing facing behind it.
Oh, nice.
You see, you learn little tricks like that.
See, this is, that's why you're the artist.
It's experience.
Exactly.
Just gotta keep at it, no matter how painful it becomes. It's all good fun in the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, that ring you made looks pretty sick, so.
Yeah, I quite like how that turned out. If you've only just joined or joined recently, this is the Brimstone Ring that I made earlier.
Without the top hat.
Without the top hat. That was a joke. That was what the chat demanded. They demanded a top hat.
It's going in game.
Okay, it's not a joke. It's going in game as an alternative variation.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourite things this year, I think.
Wonderful. The ring cannot be imbued.
Not yet.
No. Oh, there we go. We can add the top has an ornament kit.
I mean, that'd be the first ring with an ornament kit, but
I don't see why not. You know.
yeah. It's about time.
No. I think we can, Aisa. Yeah, I definitely think we can.
Another annoying thing is sometimes when you want to connect two edges together, it likes to just give you a really twisted triangle. You have to fight with it, like so. There we go, sorted. So it took way too long to fix that hole, but
No, that's good.
got there in the end. So now we're still at double the tries that we need. But I reckon I can still bring that down without affecting the silhouette too much.
Yeah.
Just got to start cutting
Away bits, is it?
a bit liberally. Before I was being a bit conservative, just keeping things still with shape, but don't think that's going to be quite possible. Ooh. If I bring that down, I mean, I don't know how much it still resembles the Hydra, but
It clearly looks like half of a Hydra head.
yeah, I'm still worried about the hand as well, because the hand isn't technically part of it yet. So I need to add the hand into the middle there. In fact, I want to make it slightly... Can I click on it? No, there we go. Make it slightly wider still by bringing the head up like that.
Okay.
I don't want it to get too thick though.
Eagle.
Let's mirror it. I forgot this appears on the wrong screen.
It's just what you wanted, right?
Yeah. Join those together. All my dialogue things are appearing over there. And now, because we can't have a vert in the middle of this line here, because it's got to line up perfectly with this square.
Oh, wow.
So otherwise there's gaps and the animation gets a bit confused. But it's not difficult to solve. Oh, don't duplicate it. I don't know how important that is. Actually, that could just be moved somewhere else. Like so. Oh, there's still quite a lot of definition down here. I could save some tries.
Oh.
What we're looking at. So optimizing is very fun. If there's any modelers out there that like to optimize their models, it can be kind of therapeutic, just slowly going through and deleting things, even if it stops looking like how you want it to look. What's everyone saying? Could you see how they look like worn?
Yeah.
We'll get there eventually. So
And the mouse click is loud, apparently. The mouse click is loud, apparently.
the mouse clicks loud.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of close to the microphone. I'll give you that. I mean, I don't think there's much we can do about it.
No, I think it's fine, honestly. It's not that loud. Well,
I'm sure that was just that one person being overly sensitive.
yeah.
Is that the whole lines up? Yeah, I believe so.
Cool.
Again, we need to still move this head up a little bit more.
You still need to get the hand in as well, don't you?
Yeah, I did make that hand slightly larger. But so now, let's use the other side as a base. So I'm just going to mirror this in the X, and so that hand does fit a little nicer in there.
That seems to fit well, yeah.
Just delete that cuff. I could probably delete all those. Bring those verts down. Where's the next vert? Is there any in there? Doesn't look like it.
It's not a Hydra head eating a potato.
I mean, it sort of is. Currently, it is a Hydra eating a potato.
Okay, right now maybe it is, but
But that's because we have potato hands,
yeah,
and there's not much we can do about that.
no. Yeah, yeah.
We can change the colour of it. There we go. So there we go.
So how do you think a rock? Yes,
Yeah,
that's
perfect.
much better. That's what it looks like now.
I mean, as far as gloves go, that is
It's fairly, yeah.
definitely the most detailed one we have.
Mm-hmm.
But one hand at the moment. Let's separate this. Is looking at.
Probably still the same amount.
Can I weld? There we go. So we got 164 per hand. So yeah,
Still double.
still
Ish.
far higher than we need than I want really. We need to optimize a bit more. But first of all, I'm trying to make this hand it's a strange shape. Let's just bring it a bit more down like that. I mean, is there a limit? So what is that totally? 108, 114, 168. Yeah, this is just 164 by itself.
On one hand.
Gonna have to be cut quite a bit. I don't even know where I could cut without it stopping looking like a Hydra. Maybe that. There we go. And the other, because now it's no longer mirrored, I gotta
Oh yeah.
update each one. Not a problem though. Remove the underside of the Hydra head. I mean, because if I remove the underside, you're going to notice a big hole in your hand when you move your hand about.
Yeah.
So that'd be problematic.
I suppose the real thing is how much is this gonna end up clashing with any of our other.
To be fair, compared to those, I'd
That's
say
about the same height actually. Yeah.
it's not really pushing it. So a good way to find out where all the detail is to like zoom out and see where the purple starts to clump. It does seem to be around the nose area. I could move that over. To be fair, I could optimise the underside because it doesn't have to be so rounded if you aren't. So whoever said delete the underside, optimise the underside is what I should be thinking.
Yeah.
And they're saying that it starts to get a bit pointier there. I might make it a bit more difficult, but I think I can do it. But embrace the polys and the lack of polys even. Oh, starting to get shoulder ache.
Oh.
It happens. It's part of the streaming. Being sat down for usually if I'm at work, if I'm upstairs, I'm like getting up, walking around. I'm not sat still. I did tell myself that I would actually go for breaks this time and not not sit in the same position for so long, but I just get too carried away.
Yeah. I mean, it creates good content.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, I've messed up the colours there.
Oh.
So that's sort of rendering strange as well, so I need to optimise the actual hand. So what I could do is bring this out a bit wider, like so. And then bring it, we're sort of losing the shape of the mouth, but it's all for a good cause, and that is optimization.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if we make the mouth a bit wider, it does stop making it look so much like a beak.
I think that was what Ghost was going for.
More of a beak on the Hydra.
Oh yeah, sort of like a...
Okay. Yeah.
I won't go into why, because I don't really know why, but I guess that's the sort of style he wanted.
No, it's fair.
It works. I just need to now stop that render problem by deleting the old... There we go. There we go, just delete 2 polys. We're getting there. What are we at now? 152.
Just another 70
10,
to go.
Yeah, 10 down, 50, 60 to go.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably push it a bit further than before.
What, pushed it like 90 or so?
I mean, that's assuming that those are the highest one. So the highest one here is 168. But
Yeah.
I reckon we could probably find some.
Well, I mean, what are the biggest,
The most complicated
most complicated gloves we got in game at the moment?
I'm in legs at the moment, so I should probably get hands. What did granite look like? I think I made these, and I think no wait, did I make these? Oh, I didn't, and these are very simple.
What about the Easter ones?
Easter.
The egg ones? Did we have any weird ones for
Ooh,
that?
to be fair, those look 140. No, that's less, isn't it? I need like 200. That's my
Yeah.
my target.
Spiky dehyde van
I
braces,
mean, these will
perhaps?
probably be quite. But you can't wear these, and they're tiny anyway.
Some
The spiky
suggestions: spiky dehyde vams or crab claw and hook.
Ooh, crab claw and hook. Is that gloves or is that a weapon? I don't know what that would be called.
I have no idea.
Oh, maybe patchy.
They are gloves. You can combine them into
There we go.
gloves, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
130. That's still quite low. Santa gloves? Well, no, those look kind of simple as well. 92.
When was the last time we added?
Oh, we've not made big gloves for a long time.
What are those Zerishian ones?
And we usually keep them quite scaled back. 128. Spiked vams are going to be not too much because there's not
They've
many
been in for a
tries.
while. Yeah.
114, yeah. It's definitely looking like
168's your.
boxing gloves. 140, yeah. There's nothing, is it? I'm going to have to start optimizing. Oh, they're saying that we are talking about 100 tries here.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really going to be pushing it, but it is essentially doubling it. So,
Yeah.
anyway, well, let's just focus on
Yeah.
optimizing it and crossing that bridge when it comes to it.
Where else can you take away from? Is basically the.
Probably fuse these to. Yeah, these could go together on both sides. That's 4 more tries. Bites the dust.
Yep.
I guess I could move this one down, and that might save me a couple.
We did add Shazian at some point, didn't we?
Oh yeah, those might be.
It's from chat again.
Thank you, chat. That, in fact, I think Shasians are these ones here. So yeah, I already had a look to those, and those are tier 5s. And those are 168.
So they are the ones that we.
170,
Yeah.
And I'm currently looking at. Well, these are. If I doubled these, it'd be 290. So we need to trim down quite a bit. Okay, let's just get to it. I can do more. Gotta think how much of this will be visible anyway from the distance you're going to be playing. Not a lot. I think we could probably get away with fusing these. Or does that make that flat? I think it makes it a bit too flat. That's a shame. Potentially those could go. Again, if you are not aware, I am a little ill, so apologies on my sniffling and my strange voice. It's not the end of the world, but I might mumble a little bit. I mumble more than I usually do because I'm already quite mumbly. As everyone likes to say. Oh, yeah, that works out actually quite nicely. Do that to the other side as well. Like so. And they're not too flat. I think there's still 3Dness to them, and I can make that a bit more by pushing this out. Close the mouth, remove the rock. I mean, it's not. That is the hand. That's the
That's the
sort of
player's
on
hand.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know what. If I'd removed it, it might look a bit strange. Anyway, what we're down to 136. Okay, we're making some progress.
Gonna aim for like 120.
120. Oh, 100 is the target. I
Cool.
think. that we
Yeah.
can get to before. I mean, I should really just be bolder with these shapes anyway. So let me bring this up, bring that out a little bit. Yeah. Fix some polys that are probably facing a strange way, like those ones. To be fair, there's another question, because gloves generally have this sort of gap between them so they can twist. So
Right.
you might have to
put a gap in there.
put a gap, and that will add more tries.
Oh.
We'll see. We'll see how it looks when we get it in game.
Yeah.
Again, the models created today on stream aren't necessarily going to be the final things that we release. We'll always be making changes here and there as the project goes on,
Yeah.
based on your feedback.
And you'll always be putting up pictures of them as well.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at JagXWest. I will be keeping you updated as much as I can. What time are we at? We got 1 hour left of the stream, so
Yeah.
I need to speed up a little bit and get these optimized,
And then get on the Dragon Bone necklace.
and then get Dragon
Sorry, Bone Crusher
Bone
necklace.
Crusher necklace. That's the one. So many names.
Yeah, there's a lot of names there. Earlier.
So I reckon we don't need that. I mean, the curve is good. It's like a curve at the front of the mouth, but I think we could live without it. And we do need to make some rather large changes. Although I don't know if it loses a lot.
I mean, the other option is, could we take away one set of the fins, perhaps?
Oh, potentially. Let me just, if I move these around, that still has the effects.
Yeah.
And now it's adding a poly that there and connecting that with. I don't know. Should I connect it with that?
Let's have a look.
Sort of leaves no open gaps, and now we're looking at 128.
Getting there.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Let's also correct some of this colouring because it's looking a bit strange. Something like
That looks better.
How are
I
these
think.
looking so far, guys? What's everyone's opinion? Get rid of the blue part. The blue part's the eyes.
Yeah, it's weird. Like
I mean, I could remove the eyes, but it looks good. Looks a bit strange with no gap. Yeah, it does look a bit, but the open gap was adding more tries.
We can see how they look without the gap in game, I suppose.
Yes, can I do some fancy shifting? So yeah, I could do that, but my problem there is that this sometimes might render strangely like that. But to be fair, that is not the end of the world.
No, that's not a
So-
lot. That's not going to happen too
I
often.
guess the gap still works.
They need the eyes.
Add teeth. Well, based on the original model, they don't really have teeth.
They have jagged edges.
Yeah, it
but
was
no
just like a
teeth.
jagged edge, and I had to get rid of the jagged edge because,
Tries.
well, yeah, tries. I had to save space. Rotate those around. I think some strange colouring is going on there at the bottom as well. Still,
Oh yeah. Oh.
yeah, things have gone all askew. It's what happens when you start like flipping tries around. It just
It doesn't like the
Yeah.
colours. Don't like it, do they?
It sort of just guesses which direction you want the colour to go and usually gets it wrong. Oh, and that's how you don't use a shortcut. Looks like rockshell gloves. Well, rockshell gloves are in the background there. And I'd say, well, the rockshell gloves have that sort of spike coming out the
the spike kind of goes out,
outwards.
whereas these ones kind of.
This sort of fins out at the side. The question is, do they look ferocious? To be fair, the potato part could be skin coloured, so it looks like you've just got your hands with this sort of cuff going around them. I don't know how that will look. If we do something like, nope. Where's the hand colour? There it is. So if it was something like that, maybe. So you can still see your hands, and then you can, try different styles with different skin types, because you got like the green and the purple and the black skin.
Yeah, I think that
And
looks
the
really
white one
cool,
as well.
actually, if we leave it the same colours.
What's everyone saying? Lots of yeses, lots
of PogChamps.
Oh, there's a few nows. Wasting time on gloves that's never going to be worn. These are like best in slot gloves.
They're
I think-
literally, yeah, they're best in
I think
slot
they will
melee
be. I
gloves.
think they will be worn.
For sure they're going to get worn.
The red eye colour. So that would match the thematic. Well, the colour of most melee armour a bit more. We need like a bright red for it to be noticeable. I'm still unsure what the other colour's going to be, because I don't think dark red and grey are the best option. Or
I
they're
mean,
saying
a
that
lot of our equipment is dark red and grey that is best in
Yeah.
slot melee, though.
it's true. Gonna have to stray away from it at some point,
Oh, for sure. But
but when and how? Generally, toned down colours are preferable for best in slot, because I don't want it to look too. Okay, this clips a lot with Bandos. I mean, I knew it would, because these are just kind of annoying.
this is Bandos armor that gives you gloves, right?
Yeah.
Bandos chestplate.
I think we need to do something about the Bandos armor, the Bandos arms, because these
I think
these
we do.
clearly
as well.
these clearly are gloves.
Yeah.
You said red eyes, not ginger. Those aren't ginger.
Blue eye. Oh.
Ginger's not even. I mean, how? Okay, look at the color thing. Let's remove all that. There you go. Is that slightly more red?
It's slightly more red.
It's literally 31 red, 0 blue, 0 RGB, 0 green, 0 blue.
Yeah.
It can't be any more red than that.
31, yeah, because that's the maximum.
The blue eyes contrasted nicer. Crimson.
I vote blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is the problem with color schemes. Everyone's
Everyone's got an opinion.
got a preference,
Yeah.
and yours is generally split in hairs. How about a dark green? Compromise with purple. To be fair, purple is between red and blue.
Yeah.
And we all know how you love purple.
And how much we love purple.
Looks good. Release blue contrast is brighter. Yeah. To be fair, the eyes are somewhat hidden underneath the brow, which I sort of think is the point of the brow, but
Mm-hmm.
it might be worth. I'm still unsure after seeing them with the Bandos armor. That's not going to look great. Personally, I struggle to. Oh, it's always going to be a problem. That was going to be even more of a problem if it was the other way around anyway.
I mean, the only way you're not going to clip with those gloves is you literally have
Sorry, hit my mic.
basic gloves, right? The only way you not clip the Bandos.
Missing texture. Oh, something's gone wrong. There we go. Make the gloves smaller. Problem with making them smaller is they will just start collapsing in on themselves, because there's not that many tries there. So what it would look like if there was two of them. Let's save that model, because I quite like. Well, I mean, I haven't done much to it, but it might be useful for the future.
It looks a bit different.
Come on, I keep missing. Plonk that there. So that's what they would look like together. Let's actually put on some arms that are not Bandos, so we can actually see them. I don't know what the buff arms buff. There we go.
See,
Oh, they're slightly lower than they need to be. I believe maybe the torso will look good with them.
fire torso.
Now I've got to remember what the model name for the fighter torso is.
Well,
I guess I could search it. It'd probably be quicker, won't it?
that is likely, yes.
I know, I've got the name in my head somewhere. I forget these things. Torso, Barbasalt, chest mail. Yeah, I knew it was Barbasalt. I just couldn't remember it. Wait, okay, I didn't look at the beginning. Did they name it? Oh, they did name it properly. Barb.
That, yeah.
There we go. Oh, it actually has the arms built in. Oh no,
No, you
it's
put
just
arms.
got half the arms. Okay, let's go get some arms without the shoulders. So yeah, when RuneScape, well, Old School was first created, they generally have separate arms and chest models because so you can mix and match and use recalls to
Mhm.
make more variations. But now with newer armors, we generally just sort of build them all into the same thing, so they sort of fit nicer together instead of having. So you've got like man arms, bear for plate. Ooh. Those have very long cuffs on them. Where'd the buff ones go? There we go, buff for plate. Oh wait, no, definitely not those ones. Okay,
That's plate,
let's
isn't
just
it?
put the buff ones
Yeah.
back in. And then... Can I delete those? Yeah. There we go, perfect. So yeah, this is the problem with F11. F11 mode sort of looks a bit strange in the editor because it doesn't know what to do, and it's like, what? So what I'm going to do is just temporarily make them all the same. Oh wait, not all the same, just things that are F11. Oops, press wrong button. Select by sequence, F4, F4. Let's make these F4 as well. Cool. So anyway, I was looking at the comments. They should be a bit longer. Unfortunately, we can't make them any longer because that's where the gloves end.
Yep.
And I mean, yeah, all gloves are just the same size, really. Make changes to Bandos gauntlets, move them up. Yeah, I mean, making changes to the Bandos armor would, while ideal, would certainly have to be something that we'd poll, being it such a iconic armor that is, best in slot. Change hand color back to Barrow's gloves. We can change the hand color, maybe not to Barrow's. First of all, let's join these together. And select just that. Let's go with just that middle grey that I had before. Or maybe like the eye colour. That might be a bit too bright. So warning.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's quite bright.
Yeah, let's not go with that.
Maybe the red that's on them. And that sort of merges with the beak a bit too much.
Yeah.
Or the mouth.
Honestly, they're pretty good.
Some people screaming. There we
Yeah.
go. Sunburnt hands. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Can you make the hands a bit smaller? Those are the size of hands, unfortunately.
That is hands, yeah.
If they were made a bit smaller, they might not line up with the position of all the weapons in game. Grey of the torso. So it's quite a bright grey. What I might do is lower the ambient in here. There we go. So it looks a bit more.
That looks pretty.
Why are those? Why did I do 4? Don't make them 4. There you go.
Just one high detail. So one hand is high detail, and the other one's just a Barrow's glove.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess you could just have the. It wouldn't be the Ferocious Gloves. Then would it? It'd be the Ferocious Glove.
Yeah.
But that would certainly solve the poly count problem. Clipping disasters. A little too much. Assess your taste.
Yeah, I thought the skin color looked pretty great, to be honest.
Same colour as the eyes to match the Hydra head model is best. I prefer skin colour, or slightly dull, darker grey. Yeah. We should maybe make it slightly lighter than that one so it pops a bit more. What colour is that one? Oh, it's a 9. Let's try 9.
How are we doing for a poly count, anyways?
For the entire model, 256. Yeah, I'm thinking that we need to, I don't know, we could keep it like that and then, I don't know, start from scratch. This is the problem with the gloves model or hand models. They're either too much or too little.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some of these are peculiar. I guess we could go with a more gauntlet style. So let's look back to some fantasy gauntlets. So I mean, they have just sort of a very. I quite like the sort of segmented style like that. But again, it's very.
Let's say,
It looks good with the fingers. We just can't have that sort of style.
no. Mostly because we have no fingers.
Yeah. What's everyone saying? Have one glove head, other glove like spiky van braces. Give us fingers. I can't do it.
Nah, it's,
There are fingers, and they're on the
wait, there are.
what's that guy in the Cerberus room? The keymaster?
Something like that.
I think that's his name. Does he have hands? I've seen it somewhere. Keeper of the keys. Oh wait, I'm in arms. Wait, maybe arms. Oh no, those are just the arms. Of course, we need to get to the hands file. So you ready, guys? There we go.
Wow.
Fingers.
What is that?
Fingers in RuneScape. Apparently, you just have the 2 fingers and the thumb.
Yeah.
It's a bit peculiar. I think it might work with 3. Look at it. You've all seen the Keeper of the Keys, man.
I don't think anyone's looked at that before.
You got to just focus on his nice creepy lobster hands.
Oh dear.
Anyway, these are looking a bit strange. I don't know if I'm really feeling these Hydra gloves, even after all this time spent on them.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not the end of the world if we start from scratch. I've done it quite a few times.
Yeah.
You never know exactly how it's going to turn out when you've got an idea.
I used to like some, you see, though.
I mean, but possibly.
You still gotta get the countdown as well as a problem.
The what?
You still gotta get the countdown as well.
Yeah, the poly count's a big problem, as well as the
The massive clipping with the.
Surprise why it's 256. I thought. Oh yeah, because I got it down to 125, didn't I?
Yeah.
Per hand. When
Yeah.
Previously the best one was 80, so it's a 50% increase.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the other problem is the bandits gloves are so limiting.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I
The
could make a
bandos,
few. I could make a few different designs and then poll them on Twitter.
Cool.
They look a bit tight. How about the wrists? I have to squeeze into them. You have a point there. Should we make them a bit wider? I don't know where my vert's gone. There we go. So. Oh, yep, that's what happens when you try and... Like that. Obviously that's just, I've only done that to 1 because I can't do it to both at the same time.
Yeah.
Have you seen these buff arms? They have the strangest topology. Look at that.
You mean the arms that are just literally...
There we go,
Yeah.
fixed.
Yeah.
The other side's like it as well. Like, who has muscles like that? There's like concaved muscles.
RuneScape characters?
Oh, it's up here as well. Oh god, I need to. What's going on, guys?
Right.
And that one. These are not muscles.
Are you gonna save these arms?
Oh. Sorry, I got into pro mode. There we go. I probably should update them.
Let's pull
Because-
updating the arms.
These, I mean, although saying that, it's sort of opening up a can of worms that extend players are going to want their fighter torso with their buff arms.
Right.
Because
Anyway,
currently, if you have buff arms and you put on the torso, I think your arms get skinnier.
they might do. I think we
So-
should. Yeah.
Yeah, my arm models, no. Turn them 80 degrees and remove the fin. The problem with turning them 80 degrees is then when you grasp a weapon, you'll be grasping it with the top of the Hydra head.
Yeah. What about the fins?
We could remove them. That would save me some tries.
Remove the bottom ones, perhaps, or the ones closest to the inside.
Bottom ones, so let's just go with a quick fix and just weld.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Let's see how this looks.
Same with the other side. Weld.
Right, let's have a look.
It definitely simplifies them a little bit. It does make them look a bit more like a cobra though.
It does, doesn't
I
it?
don't know if that's a bad thing. And also it reduces the try count by... We got 114. compared to
218 in total, or 228 in total.
128. So yeah, so that saves 14 tries. So 28. Yeah. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Clip. To be fair, that person has a point. If we just get rid of the ear parts altogether, it won't clip anymore. But then it will. I don't know if they'll still look like gloves at that point.
If we take that off the ear parts, let's have a look. I suppose.
If we move these down a little bit, oh, it's getting looking a bit odd. Oh, don't want that for that. I want that one. I don't know.
I'm not sure about that. No.
Would it still clip? That's the question.
Yeah.
Because that was a concern. Okay, well, okay, lots of things are clipping, but that's because they didn't get rid of the
Fire torso and other things.
So, I mean, make them a level again. Yeah.
Yeah, they still clip.
I think I need to shrink. I think I made them wider as well.
Yeah, you made them wider.
So let's unwiden them. In fact, let's just. If I just weld these together.
I also don't disagree. It kind of looks like a panther now.
Like a panther. Yeah, I can see that. Need to make it skinnier still. Okay, my accuracy is going down. There we go.
Right.
So that's without the fins.
It's less like a panther now, actually.
It does look more snake-like.
Yeah.
I guess it's starting to look like the original Ouroboros design.
Yeah. So what is it? How does it clip then now? That's the question, isn't it?
It should do all right now. Oh, perfect. You can't really. Oh, okay. I expect
ever
it
so
to.
slightly. Which you can probably
Unfortunately, you
fix.
can't really see much of the actual design. But I mean, we're not going to see much of the design anyway. While
Yeah.
wearing these, while wearing bandos, because that is.
That actually works quite.
I guess you can still see the sort of.
You can see the eye as well. with
Sort
it.
of peeking out, sort of as it clips awkwardly.
Yeah, and how's the poly count?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I could probably optimize it a little bit more now. So I could probably like bring these together
Yeah.
on both sides.
I'm going to head upstairs in 5 minutes as well.
Yeah, that's cool. And then I'll have around 40 minutes left of the stream.
Cool.
So what I'll probably do is spend the last 40 minutes working on the amulet. I might try and update the Bone Crusher. Is that worth it? Or should I don't know, we need to maybe do another straw poll of what we should do with the Bone Crusher necklace.
Yeah.
Should we fuse the Bone Crusher necklace with the
Hydra tail?
dragon bone necklace, like exactly how they are? Or should we actually just create something perfectly brand new? Perfectly brand new. Yeah, so I need to make that sentence make sense. So should the necklace be a brand new model or a fusion of the two?
Well, I thought it was 3 actually.
Oh, of the three even. But the Hydra tail is ambiguous because we can make that whatever we want.
Yeah.
I guess, well, essentially I was going to just take like a bone.
It's currently a bone, rat's tail bone from the...
Yeah, okay, that works. So it'd be like a bone and the Bone Crusher and the Dragon Tooth necklace, which might be a bit confusing as a design, or we can make something slightly new but still resemble the Dragon Bone necklace.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so I've got, should the necklace be a brand new model or a fusion of the three?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Perfect.
And while that goes on, I should check the poly count of this hand. We're looking at 94.
Oh,
So that's
I think you're
quite
good.
decent, yeah. That'd be like 180 odd.
Yeah, that's not much bigger.
So let's keep the old one for, posterity. Oh,
And just in case you go back to it.
throw it over there. Now let's delete you. Oh, I've forgotten where I need to put it. I need a guide. There you are. again, that is probably the worst guide ever because there is really nowhere it goes. That'll do.
Cool.
So yeah, let's bring this back. Fire torso. Where are you?
That's, yeah.
So that is the slightly more slimline version of the gloves.
Oh, it's yes or no for a selection question. Oops.
Oh, was it? You put yes or no?
What's that, sorry? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, I think it was yes or no instead of.
Which one?
Oh shit. Well,
I mean, we could say yes is the first one and no is the second one,
do
but
it again. Sorry, chap.
that's right. We're going to redo the poll.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I forgive you, John. It was I worded the question quite awkwardly. it was confusing.
Cool.
So I still don't know if I'm feeling these gloves or not.
I'm not sure either.
I'm very much willing to come up with another idea off stream, and then we can poll them and see which one wins.
New model or fusion of the three.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm paying attention, I promise.
Okay.
Cool.
They're blending into skin. Well, all sort of glove models sort of blend into skin eventually.
Yeah.
For instance, these ones here. Oh, my neck is gonna explode.
Oh no.
So I mean, yeah, any gloves sort of blend into skin when
We're not deleting the Bandle's chest plate.
any panel's chest plate. Try without eyes, so no puppets. So,
Right. I'm gonna head on upstairs again.
fair
But,
enough. Well, I do sort of see what you mean about the puppets. It might look like sock puppets. I think that might he might actually have got on, exactly what
the problem is.
my issue with it. Okay, so it's very close. But I mean, I don't want to wait around too long, so I'm probably going to go with a new model. It looks like it's winning the vote.
Well-
oh, actually, no, it's moving more now. 50. If it moves to 60, swinging both ways.
Right.
It's still only less than 200 votes, so still much could change. Anyway, if you need to,
Yeah, I'm gonna
if you
head
need
back
to get off.
upstairs.
That's
so
fine.
Some other things to get taken
Yeah,
care of. But
I can.
I'll leave you with the rest of the.
Yeah, I'll be by myself for 30 minutes, hopefully.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Mod Bruno said he was coming down or not. So.
Oh yeah, if Brynny wants to come down, that'd be cool.
Cool.
I never looked back at the hip chat. I've missed out quite a bit.
Yeah, I need to have a read through as well.
Oh, that's the. Anyway, I can't show you what I was laughing at. Sorry, guys. I know I'm teasing. You want to see the gloves with the fire cape? I can provide. Where's my cape at? That would be torso extra. Is it called fire cape? It is luckily called the fire cape. There we go. So there we go. I mean, it's disappearing. Ignore that. That's just a side effect of our rendering system. Let's get some legs now, because I feel like we've got like half a character here. Well, quite literally half a character. Should we get some tassets? Here we go. Oh wow, that's shorter than I remember. Jeez. Okay. So yeah, that's sort of what it's looking like with that. Just looks like he's holding rocks. Well, that is what all hands look like. No head? Oh, okay, let's get a full outfit on. That's not really what I was going for. Let's get the sleigh helmet? No, that looks bad. Serp helm, there we go. I was looking for a suggestion, I found one. What is that called? That's the question. What is it called? I would have thought serpentine. Alright, time to go to the search. Serpentine Helm Red. Oh, Toxic Helm Magma. There we go. Toxic Helm Magma. There we go. His combat. Has combat torso changed design? That is the combat torso? That the fighter torso is the same. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't think it's changed. I might have optimized it. No, I think I did that to the female one, and I don't think I've released that one yet. Give him red Jordans. Yes, okay, user. I'll get you some of the sick Jordans. Feet. Prims. There we go. Let's get myself some offset as well because I'm currently halfway through the floor. There we go. So I reckon these the hands seem a bit stumpy, but that's probably because our arms are kind of small. Give him a weapon. Oh, this is just never going to end, is it? But to be fair, it is probably a good idea to see how it looks like holding a weapon. Now I need to see which weapons. Whip and Defender, that seems quite popular. Let's go with the Whip and the Defender. Nope, Dragon Defender. There we go, guys. And I'm just going to go grab an amulet because I know that's what you're going to suggest next. Hey, Mod Bruno's come to join us. Rapier and a Vernier Defender. You're too late, Aiza. I've already selected the weapons. Amulet. Where did we keep our amulets? Necklaces.
Hello.
Hi. So I got a bit sidetracked. I decided to start adding other items, and now they're just suggesting what I should put on the character. So now we're looking well kitted out. So what are you thinking of these gloves so far?
They look pretty cool. Quite like the ring as well.
Yeah, the ring. I like how the ring turned out. I'm still skeptical on these gloves. I don't know how this sort of cut-off point here looks a bit arbitrary. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with them. I mean, I guess all gloves just sort of cut off like that, don't they?
Yeah.
It needs eyes. See, I took away the eyes because someone did point out that they looked a bit like sock puppets. And I was like, that's a good point.
I can see that.
Sock puppets. That's it's a bit of a problem. Add a band around the wrist. I guess a cuff could help. And we did
quite a few gloves of that, so
we saved quite a lot of polys. So let's see what I can do quickly. Because I do want to get onto the dragon bone necklace. No, the bone crusher necklace.
yeah, that's it.
There we go.
It's a mix of everything.
So many names. And my voice is definitely deteriorating.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, that mixed with the sore throat, it's
yeah,
it's an interesting experience. I don't know what it is with these. I mean, the live streams do, 4 hours is a fair amount of time.
it is pretty long. We used to 1 hour live streams,
Yeah.
and even those drag out sometimes.
And even then, you're one of like 5 or 6 people talking.
Yeah, that
So
especially.
it's usually not quite so bad on the vocal cords. Unless, of course, you're hosting it, then you probably are talking quite a bit more as you're asking all the questions. Okay, that's sort of a band around, that sort of adds to it, I think. Oh, where do I want?
I do like that a bit.
So it does look a little bit.
Might look a bit tight on the wrists.
Yeah, I could bring it out. I can make it darker as well, so it's more of a
More
exaggerated.
distinguishable.
Maybe use like the dark red colour, like so. And I can even make it a bit longer as well. So like that, potentially.
That was pretty good.
Although it does sort of feel like you've got a claw and you're just grasping a stone. Don't know if that's a problem. I need to make these F11 again so they don't. Oh, well, they're going to render strangely anyway. What's everyone thinking? Yes, blue eyes. Should I bring the eyes back? Let's get the blue back. Oh, I got rid of the old blue. We'll just use this blue instead. So I didn't get rid of the eyes completely, but I can't remember which triangle it was, so that's a problem. Was it these tries? Yeah, I think it was. No lower jaw. Well, how would it...
Apparently the one labelled 11.
It was the one labelled 11. I
Thank you very much, Hazer. Very useful.
don't know why I even looked. I was like, well, I know what they're labelled. I did it.
We can go back to deleting Hazer.
Someone's saying to remove the lower jaw, but if you remove the lower jaw, it's just sort of like a...
Also, where's your thumb?
Yeah, well,
Well, actually, we don't have thumbs.
technically, the hand part is just that sort of
Yeah.
stony
Ah.
rock part, and that's just sort of like a clasp around it. But yeah, it's hard to, we don't have fingers, so it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
I think that does look better than the previous one, though. So let's duplicate that over. And mirror it like that. Still seems a bit stubby. I don't know why. What's everyone thinking? Needs spikes. But where? And how
Everything
many?
needs spikes.
Just add more edges. Oh, yeah. Remove the hands. Recolor the ball. But what colour should the ball be? Eyes can't be blue. Well, what can they be? Eyes must be red.
Black and red is pretty
They were
standard.
red initially, but while they were red, everyone was telling me to make them blue again. Everyone's giving me conflicting.
We've got a lot of things that are like black and reddish coloured,
Yeah.
especially recently. If it's melee, it's probably sort of some sort of black and red.
It's good to sort of colour coordinate all the
Yeah,
all the best in slot armors so they
yeah.
match, so you don't look like a oh Jesus. These chairs, man. So they don't look like a mixed match of like different styles. What about armored mittens? Only one finger should be doable. Yeah, potentially. It's starting to look nice. Okay, we're getting somewhere. That's good. Make the cuff the same colour as the Barrow's cuff. That can be done. I don't really know how that. I don't know how that where that colour's coming from though. I mean, even the colours at the moment aren't really final. They're just sort of kept in that colour because they are greys and reds, and that is what sort of goes. No, okay, no. Heavy nose about that.
It's a big no.
One red, one blue. I mean, that would certainly. Would that look good? I mean, it would certainly stop people from arguing because
Everyone's happy.
everyone's happy, exactly. So you got your shield hand, which has the blue, and then your sword weapon hand has the red. There you go, perfect. Perfect. Yellow, hot and cold. You can see the blue zoomed out, and it makes it a lot better.
You can.
Yeah, that's
It's a
true.
lot.
Yeah, the red sort of fades in.
Yeah.
I mean, that hand just disappears completely because, in fact, if I use the Z buffer, I mean that Z buffer only works in Jagex editor. It doesn't work in game, unfortunately. But that does actually make it so things stop disappearing. So that's quite nice.
Yeah.
Although you can see all the Z fighting, which we don't have a problem with because we don't have a Z buffer. It's double-sided Z buffer in game. Imagine. I do like to imagine.
If you had a rapier and Vernic defender, how would that look? Suggestion by Aether.
Yeah, he's really pushing his agenda on that one.
I know.
Let's get the Vernic. Is that right?
Inferno. Or Infernal.
Oh yeah, Infernal. That's the one. Is it?
I think it's that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and the
Looks alright. Matches.
Krautsy Rapier. There we go. So yeah, those colour schemes sort of match up.
Yeah. You can tell with the handle of the rapier, which is also red.
Oh.
Nope.
I was just seeing if it fights more like that. It does a little bit. What the hell is that? Never even clicked that button before. Okay, so what's everyone thinking? Skin on hands, please. They want the skin back. Was that... Okay, if I change it, we'll see how many people complain. Oh, forgot Polly, that one. To be fair, that does make it the actual hand part a bit more obvious.
Yeah.
What's everyone saying? Yes, all better.
We
Okay, that seems...
haven't seen a no yet, so
Okay, cool.
That's good
So,
news.
yeah, skin on hand seems to be...
when I saw it a
selling-
few hours a day, I was wondering, what is this like? Is this like a snake eating a rock?
Yeah, it does sort of have that...
Mm.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of hands look like snakes eat... Well, things
Mm.
attached to rocks or potatoes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally cheese and potato, let's be honest. But yeah, I think that's looking good. And that gives us 20 minutes to make a new model for the Bone Crusher necklace.
Yeah.
So first of all, let's use... Oh, fortunately, I have left the necklace slot empty. That was totally on purpose, because now I can grab myself a dragon bone necklace. I don't want it to be too different from the dragon bone necklace.
Mm.
That is kind of cool. I like what we've got there. So let's turn off the Z buff so we can see it. We need to stay true to this while embracing the terrible model of the Bone Crusher.
Yeah. The ice cream.
Let's hear some ideas from the chat. The poll one saying that we need to make a new model.
Mm.
You're right. This
Pretty
does look
close.
a bit like a shrimp.
Mm.
So the banana amulet, the paper dagger, looks okay. Interesting. Okay, while people are suggesting things, I'm just going to do something quickly that someone just suggested. I'm tempted to see what it will look like. I know people are going to start complaining again because I'm changing a colour.
Mm.
Have I got the right poly selected? I can't even see.
Yes.
No, they look at different shapes. Oh, right, because I think I changed the shape on... Okay, let's just move the items out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did have the wrong poly.
It wasn't 11.
So let's see what this looks like yellow. Because someone suggested it and I am interested.
Yellow looks alright.
Yeah, yellow does seem a bit more thematic as well because that is a colour that works from the Brimstone area.
Yeah. Yeah. Works sort of with
Looks
the
like people
sulfury
like
volcano.
red, no blue and red. I don't think people like the yellow.
Mm.
Someone's shouting Batman. I mean, maybe, yeah. Can we straw poll red, yellow or blue? Well, John,
Yeah.
can we do a colour poll? A straw poll, yellow, red or blue?
If I say yes or no, is that okay?
If you say yes or no, then we might be quite confused.
So long as there's a smiley face.
Okay. While that's going on, I'm going to start... Okay. This was my initial meme idea for this necklace. So let's just take the... Is this one part? It is. So delete that. And grab the... Grab this... Oh, no. Rotate it. We all know what I'm about to do. It's very simple. What sequence do I need for this? 5. There's a
Needs a bit
very
of
big
resizing.
necklace. There we go.
It's more like a stole now, but not very stole looking.
It's the dagger necklace. And if you like lean over, you just sort of impale yourself. And that doesn't turn out too well. No one's memeing and saying it's perfect.
Masterpiece.
100%, it's not that bad actually. I guess I could try and pretty up a little bit. So at the moment it looks very much like someone has taken a model that was a lot larger and they've tried to shrink it down without taking into account what happens to it. So it's a bit messy and all over the place. Maybe if I pretty it up, maybe it will actually look quite good and less of a meme.
Hmm.
Although it is still, to be fair, it needs to be flat anyway.
One.
Which colour should the eyes be?
Yeah,
that's
fine.
perfect. Dragon coiling around the dagger. That does sound kind of cool.
Hmm.
I definitely won't be able to make that in 20 minutes, but we can. Well, I can definitely make it look less messy in that time.
So what is it actually meant to be?
I assume it's like a press where you open it up, and you put the bones in, and it crushes them. But
That works.
I mean, that's what it sort of looks like.
Yeah,
on,
it's all like a garlic press, but for bones.
Yeah, essentially. Like, I think that's what this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So you sort of lift that up and put them in, crush the bones, I guess.
Right, we've got
And
the straw
somehow it
ball.
does that. Oh, I should have closed that. Somehow it does that automatically. But I mean,
Yep.
yeah,
Magic.
whatever. Magic.
It's RuneScape magic.
A wizard did it. So what's the chat saying? Try orange. We're not going to complicate the colours even further.
Gonna have to make another straw pot now.
Okay. I don't even know what half of these tries are trying to do. It looks like... Oh, what's going on? Looks like we need a vert. This try... Wait, is that even... That's apparently a polygon.
It's a very thin one.
Yeah.
So we have the results from the straw poll back.
It seems like blue's winning.
Yeah. It's
By
quite
a fair
tight
amount.
between red and blue. Yellow's pretty far behind.
Yeah, red is not far. So yeah, yellow's definitely not winning. To be fair, based on the response initially,
Yeah.
I was a little unsure. But it very much looks like blue is going to win. So until it changes, I'm going to make it blue. It's probably the right one. Yep, perfect. We did it, chat. I feel like Aiz is pulling his powers here and convincing everyone.
Mm.
Oh, my shoulder's killing me. He does match the ring. That is a very good point. So ignoring the top hat,
Mm.
that is currently the ring of Brimstone. Yeah, ow, my shoulder. Oh, everything's hurting. Oh, I need to sleep for 5 days after this.
Mm.
This was a poor time to be ill. And also a poor time to sleep awkwardly on my shoulder. Okay, I don't even know what these colours are supposed to be doing. And they all just merge at the end. Oh, but they don't merge at the end. What? Okay. Do we like this colour scheme? It doesn't really look much like what the Bone Crusher used to look like. If anything, these should be more bone coloured, like these beautiful gloves over here. Do people prefer this? Why is the ring so big? The ring is big because it's just an inventory item and it won't ever actually be worn by the player. If we were to make it the same size as the player's finger, well, players don't have fingers, so that's a problem. That looks cool, sure, yes. Oh, they do like that colour change. That's good. That's somewhere to go. Oh god, this is still a nightmare of what is going on? It's there's actually it's like both 3D and 2D at the same time. I have no idea what whoever made this. I don't know what they were going for. Anyway, let's just. I'll solve that problem later. Let's just start moving things around. Oh wait, is that welded? Oh, please tell me it hasn't. Oh, it hasn't. Perfect. Although it's still, I mean, the topology of this. Oh, it's all over the place. Can I flip that? Nope. Can I just delete that one? Yeah. Nope, can't delete that one. What is this? I mean, I probably should just make this from scratch, to be honest.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to make it from scratch. That'll be actually quicker, because this is a mess. And I've got 15 minutes. Perfect. So let's just line these up.
Graphic speed ring.
Yeah, it's sort of... I've done a lot of game jams in my time. I'm used to that mad rush. Fond memories. And my back always hurt while doing it as well, so... It's just like being back at uni. Ugh. Come on, shortcuts. I need to press them more accurately. There we go. Stretch out. What's the chat saying? Anything interesting going on?
Not really.
Great.
A few emotes we can't see.
Yeah. Let's bring that there. Oh, no. Oh, I've done it again. Okay, so it almost. No. God. Okay, already a lot tidier. And now we need to do the. I guess it's a hilt. I don't know why a bone crusher needs a hilt. But
Yeah.
that is. It seems like what it is. What does it even look like over there? Oh, it's sort of like a. It doesn't matter. It's going
It's
to be.
like a triangle.
Yeah, sort of.
Hmm.
It's something. It doesn't matter. It's going to be flat. It needs to be flat anyway if it's going to be an amulet. We need 1, 2, 3 either side. So let's do something like that to add some definition. Get my shortcuts all mixed up. Okay. Spacing is a bit awkward. Limited by that fine grid again.
Hmm.
As I can probably move those out. And then just collapse it all into the bottom. There we go.
Yeah. It's
Perfect.
looking less like an ice cream.
Perfect. Well, don't say that too soon, because now what I've added the colours. Oh, maybe I should have added a central one instead. Because unfortunately, effects. To be fair, it's already looking like it's got too many. How many tries are we on? I can't see because the thing's all broken. 54. It's not too bad. What is an amulet usually? 93. Speedrun pogs. Yeah. That's a good point. Let's finish doing the colours. Like that. Cool. Let's make it a little shorter because I think it is a. I mean, stoles work and they're quite
Yeah.
long. I
Yeah.
never quite understood how they don't clip with everything. They must have some sort of magic on them.
Yeah. Get a few bug reports every so often about
Oh right, fair enough.
everything clipping. So happens a lot with treasure trail items. I guess
Yeah.
just because of how not weird but unique they are usually.
Yeah, they are definitely that. It's also they're usually made in sets as well, and they're only ever really
Yeah.
checked with the set, and no one really has a look at the how it looks like with other items.
Hmm.
I mean, is that good? Is that what we want? Honestly, I don't know. It's had a little bit of depth to it, because at the moment it's a bit too flat. No, it's not. Yuck, too big. Okay, that was time well spent. Let's just keep spending time on it.
Someone said remove the dragon talon, well, dragon bow necklace, and like remove the hilt and use that as the hilt.
Oh, I see.
Like if you turn it around, see how that looks.
Wait, so attach the hilt to the dragon bone.
Yeah, remove the hilt and then turn the dragon bone around and see how that looks.
Turn it round.
No, wait. The other way around. So this over there. So it's sort of like a T.
Wait, so this. Wait, turn that one.
No, use that as the hilt.
Use this as the hilt.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I see. That. And then put that. Oh. Come on, I can do this.
Oh, there we go.
Why are you not separating part? Okay. There we go. Like so. Shrimp crusher.
It really does look like a shrimp.
Then again, there was. Well, what I thought you meant of it initially was that, but that just sort of.
That
looks
sort of just looks like a weird dagger.
Yeah.
It's like a bone dagger, but we've already got one of those.
Something that crushes things. Flip it. I don't know. The shrimp as a handle.
Yeah,
Like that.
kind of, yeah.
He's looking a bit more like a dagger than a necklace.
Maybe if you like make it a lot smaller.
Everyone's saying don't flip that. What? Flip what? In before bone dagger updated to be best in slot one-handed weapon. Pestle and mortar necklace. Yeah, I can see. I mean, yeah, kind of stab you in the throat. Probably, yeah. I mean, it could just be very simple prayer-themed necklace, because, I mean, what passed the poll was a brand new item.
Yeah.
And I did sort of start this with what my meme idea was. Oh, did I just add that or not? There we go. So what we could do is just have the simple... Oh, no, wait. Never mind. That would just look like the holy symbol, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If I tried to make the prayer symbol,
Yeah.
which is literally the holy symbol. West, why you do this? I don't know. Lost both, make it out of tail. Make it blunt. Make what blunt? Flip it upside down. Flip which upside down? I've got too many ideas here. I guess maybe this one? Give it a blue eye. Flip the shrimp upside down. Oh, I don't even know what I don't even know what upside down is anymore. Add spikes. This is it. Flip the shrimp. I mean, I sort of see why you're calling it a shrimp, but I mean, it is sort of like a dragon. It looks like a dragon claw with like some wrapping around it. It's kind of cool. Just flip the shrimp, not the dagger. I don't know what you...
I think that's what he means. Like that.
And then line it up like how...
Like inside it.
Oh, I don't
Like,
know.
so it's like a bit poking out.
What about... So it's going around it. Toupee. The shrimp toupee. I like it. Flip the shrimp 90 to the right. Curve to the dagger. And point the thing. Mate, I've lost the will. Okay. We could... What could we do? Ice cream. Yeah, it does look a bit like ice cream. Not pretending. What does this look like without all that blending? Yeah, it looks a bit rough. That looks like something. I mean, yeah, certainly looks like something. Let's put put that back there. So we currently have some terrible ideas. Let's just look up some images. I've got 5 minutes.
Someone said it's a bone crusher, not a bone stabber. Which it does look a bit stabby right now.
So holy necklace. It's just coming up with various types of religious symbology.
Yeah.
What would,
We don't really have much of that in RuneScape.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Of real world
Well,
symbology.
we got our own symbols, haven't we? For like
Yeah.
Zamorak and Saradomin.
Mhm.
Bone crusher. Huh. That's a Kaju? Kaju? I don't know what a Kaju is. That's oh yeah.
Yeah, those nuts.
Oh, a cashew nut maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a cashew nut. Just make it another Sara symbol. Well, it doesn't really have any resemblance to Saradomin. It's taken a dragon bone necklace, a bone crusher, and a tailbone of the Hydra. I guess we could just do like maybe like a tailbone mixed with that bone somehow. If I flip this, there we go. Changed so much. What does a tailbone look like? You wanna just get something that looks like a human tailbone? That's not very helpful, is it? Tail skeleton. So I guess it could just look like lots of sharp vertebrae. That wouldn't really make sense, but that could work. So something along the lines of okay, let's add a thing there. So gotta make that shape. It'll make sense soon, guys, don't worry. So something. A stealth bomber here. Yeah, come on, guys. Give me a second for the shape to take.
Hold up.
Yeah. Let's make it more of a bone coloured because at the moment it does look a bit like a stealth bomber. I'm not going to be able to unsee that now. Oh, guys. And then the idea would be to make more of these. And then make it slowly shrink. Okay, we're running out of definition already. Every time. Come on, move across. There we go. Oh. Sometimes the vert grid is painful to work with. That needs to be like that. It's the rhino cape. No.
I think it's more like a fish skeleton.
Yeah, it is looking at. Yeah, I was trying to go with like a sort of like a vertebrae of a tail.
Yeah.
But there's only so much I can do. Overlay that over the bone crusher. Maybe attach it somehow to this. I don't know. What's they saying? They need to overlap more. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's looking a bit. Fire.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, it doesn't have to include the bone crusher necklace.
Oh. No, I think I'm just going to try and avoid using any of the previous
Yeah.
items because
It might be a bit too hard.
yeah, it's just
Especially with
too
all
many
the
conflicting
definition.
ideas.
Yeah. Especially with all the definition you have to put on. So
Yeah. And that over world. why would there even be an incentive for anyone to use this necklace?
In places you need prey, but not
Yeah.
not much else. Like bursting monkeys, maybe.
Someone says a Cadicus, but I don't know if that's any relevance. That's that stuff of Hermes, right? Hermes? Is it Hermes? I don't know, some form of god. That's kind of cool, with the snakes going around and the wings. Yeah, it's a medicine symbol, I thought so, yeah. Not, I mean, could argue it's prayer. It sort of helps you.
Yeah.
You could heal with prayer, or at least you can't heal with prayer. But well, yeah, you can heal with prayer with the heart thing. But still, it's not really relevant. It's the bone cape now. Indeed, it is. How does this look? Okay, let's just put this on the player for a second. Bring these up by 2. Try and make it look less like a fish. Well, I'm not gonna make it look less like a fish skeleton because, well, yeah, it's just not gonna happen. I can make it look a bit nicer though. Just join them together. 5. I mean, that's certainly better than those.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Add a holy wrench. We don't need more items. To be fair, wrench amulet would be pretty cool. 180 smaller. I assume that means
Flip it.
flip it.
And a bit smaller.
Okay, it's going to be difficult because I've got very little grid to work with. But we'll see what I can do.
I'm guessing there's not just a highlight everything and then just resize it.
Well, there is, but if I were to do that, it would just start
Ah,
collapsing on itself. So
yeah.
I've got to be careful
yeah.
because there's only so much definition
Mm.
available.
That looks better. That looks pretty good.
It's a bone tie. Well, before it was a bone necklace. Add a small tip.
I mean, it seems to go as far down as necklaces usually go.
I am going to miss my... Well, I've still got a while for my bus. We'll give it 5 more minutes before we pack up. It's a spine necklace now. Yeah, maybe it does need to be a bit thinner to resemble a tail still. The idea is that it's sort of the vertebrae of a hydra's tail. And vertebrae generally got that sort of spikiness. I can't really add too
Yeah.
many of them, otherwise it's going to just go down to the floor. And there is only so much we can do with it. Everyone's talking about my bus now. Guys, like, I won't miss my bus. I've still got time.
Might be a bus, by the way.
Busman mode. Can we get away with another one? Like that. What's everyone saying? Okay, let's stop talking about the bus and let's start talking about the necklace. Anguish with bone necklace. 3 is good. Too much. Bus on a necklace. If I had time, I would model you a bus, but that's not going to happen. Apparently, that's too many, so I'm going to lower it down back to 3. Just shrink them all. Okay, if I want to shrink them all, I guess I could technically get rid of the biggest one. Like that.
Yeah, put that one to the side.
A little bit higher.
Looks pretty decent.
Oh, people are liking it.
Yeah.
Cool. That worked out quite nicely after spending time pointlessly optimizing the Bone Crusher. Although I guess we could actually use that as the actual Bone Crusher now, instead of having that horribly deformed model. So not all time was wasted. A bit bottom one, a bit pointier. That's a good point. It's lost its point, hasn't it? And we got 3 more minutes before we have to end the stream. How do these line up? Yeah, they line up quite nicely. That one's looking a bit weird. Why is that? Oh, sorted. Perfect. Match string colour to what? The bone colour?
I
Might
don't know. I think it might be a bit too white.
maybe
Oh, actually, yeah, that's not too bad.
it's floating a little bit. Save your work. I mean, to be fair, you do have a point. Let's just call it items, Brimstone. That was the first time I'd saved since saving out the ring initially, so
You would not autosave.
no,
Oh no, that would be terrible.
it would have been. Fortunately, Jagged is it's only ever crashed me once in 2.5 years.
That's pretty
So
good.
it's, as far as programs go, it's quite stable. It's just leaked. Yeah, my lava my lava name. The reason it was so long is because I tried to name it lava with too many A's and it literally failed to save. And I was like, oh, is there a limit? And then I did it again. Anyway, we're getting close to wrapping it up. So just as a sort of run through what we've done today, we have the Ring of Brimstone, or the Brimstone Ring, however you want to say it. Ignore the top hat. The top hat is a joke, unless
Come with a treasure trail item.
unless a dev has their way, and then I guess we'll have a ring with a top hat. So yeah, we got Ring of Brimstone. We have an idea, which I think they're actually looking quite nice now. The Ferocious Gloves.
They are looking good.
I've come around to them. I think adding the skin tone back so you can actually see where the hand is.
Yeah.
And it's more of like a chunky wrist guard in the shape
Yeah.
of the Hydra's head. I think that works quite nice. I could probably do with a bit more polishing up, and I mean the try count is 192. That's actually not far off. What was the highest one? 168. Yeah, so we're only pushing it by an extra like 30 odd, 20 odd tries. So that's not even that bad. So yeah, we got ourselves bit of a close look at the Ferocious Gloves. And then finally, our many attempts at the the Bone Crusher necklace. I'm sorry I didn't quite get time to get back to the Dragon Hunter Lance, but again, I'm not finished with that, and I will be posting changes to all of these items on Twitter, fishing for more feedback, of course, because these items are going to be worn by you quite a bit, so it's in our interest to make them as appealing as possible.
Yeah.
So that's the wrap up of the stream. Thank you all for joining. It was very interesting. I do like creating items, especially with the chat constantly going, given a constant live feedback. It's always great. So yeah.
Do you have Sea Shanty 2 gone?
Do we have a Sea Shanty 2 to end with?
Oh, great.
Awesome. Great. So yeah, thanks for joining us again, and have a great evening, guys. Bye bye.
See you guys.